there's people who are with him and those against him because of some rumors that popped up that led to his firing.
Yeah.
It's a huge mess. How people, if it was just that, if it was just people saying, no, he's innocent, no, he's guilty, if it was just that and he got fired, then like it wouldn't be that much of a problem. But it's because of how people are acting on both throughout the whole thing. So like you got people, like even conventions,
What's your stuff? Is my stuff.
threatening law enforcement
Yeah.
on people who talk about the situation publicly at these
Yeah,
conventions.
no.
Lots of
Guys,
questions like
okay.
that.
Off limits.
Also, some of the
It's
actors,
like- it's almost
from
like, you
the
know,
same, studios he worked at.
Like you have a daughter.
Basically,
What's your
like
daughter?
threatening people.
You know
with
what, that's a very
lawsuits
good
if,
analogy.
they, I don't know, question.
See, you know, there's so many people don't like my
Okay,
analogies. They're like,
that's
what
the
do you
tip of the
understand? It's like,
iceberg. Like, I wrote a whole
what's
thing
there
on
to not to
Reddit
understand?
about it. Like
Did I
basically just
fucking
talking
stop?
about
Did I
unprofessional
stop?
behaviors of all these businesses
This is what I
and,
mean.
and these people with careers.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but nonetheless, like the lawsuit's already been filed, and yeah, now it's just a matter of if Vic's gonna win the court or he's not, and just leave it at that. But of course, yeah, there's still people chicaning and insulting, threatening, and saying the dumbest things, including this one recently. Someone said, "I'm gonna sue Vic Mignogna because I had a dream of him last night." That shows his progress. J'ai c'est étrange. Tout le monde, like, comme un gars a fait une vidéo sur ça et il a juste commencé de rire.
Want to get a chicken burger?
Comme 2 minutes. He's like, this is so stupid. This is ridiculous. He entered my dream. That proves he's a bad guy. How? Why? And you're actually gonna follow a lawsuit?
For that?
For that.
Go for Wendy's.
Like, there was no words for it. It was literally,
I'm gonna wait a bit.
like literally half the video, it was a 10-minute video, half of it was just him laughing as he was reading that comment.
don't worry about it. I'm used to it.
It's just that. Like,
I've been
that's
fasting
basically
for the
whole
past
reason
like
why the whole thing is a big
10
mess.
years.
It's just
yeah.
how people are
So yeah,
acting
go
throughout
ahead.
the whole thing.
building that, Peter?
13 years. No, 16.
Once again, just leave it to the courts.
16 years I've been fasting.
Yeah.
And as for the other,
It's better
I'm
that
just
way.
building it.
Yeah.
You go and get some food.
Well, there was another
Get,
controversy that
get,
could have happened,
get
but
big
it was
and
actually
big and chunky
stopped
for
like
your,
this.
for your,
Yes.
for your pay.
Like, if you
At
want
the same
barbecue
time,
chicken,
like,
I'll say that's
I've
been
the,
doing so
if you
well
want
with my
barbecue
days.
chicken,
I don't have
if you wanna
any
go
food
get,
today because I didn't have time to cook.
Pretty much I don't have any
No,
chicken.
you just
But
need to
some
animate
space. I think one
It's
chicken
easy.
should be fine.
We should be more like
Yeah,
Disney
no,
and
like,
Marvel.
go
And
for
just
it, go for it.
Make
No, that's
anime
true.
not about big busty underage girls in Norway, and instead be about political and social economic issues.
Yeah, so the one drawback.
And everyone is
about
like, no, just
wireless?
no. Like even people
Did you
from
know
the
about
anime
phone?
industry in Japan
Is that
said,
there's a
dit la
big
même chose.
delay.
Non. Mais un
Like,
personne a dit
delay,
de-
like, not too much of a delay.
Monde.
I know.
Il a dit, no, shut up. Take all that stuff and leave it in the United States. We want our freaking, we want our we want our big busty high school girls blowing stuff up with tanks while wearing cat ears. Leave the SUW stuff in fucking America.
The highlighted.
Ça c'est un japonais personnage qui a dit ça.
Highlighter.
It was the best comment ever.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah, oh well. It's live right now, you said, right, Peter?
Yeah, it's live.
God damn it.
Yeah, I know. So wherever you just talk about,
It's all live.
VM has been heard. Oh, and someone just got locked themselves out.
VM, Villa Maria?
No.
Yeah, Villa Maria. Villa Maria.
Oh, it's right here. I'm too lazy to pick it up.
I do agree with you though, like with a lot of the stuff.
It's just how people acted. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. And you know there was an obviously I'll explain it once we go off live.
No, you can say it right now. I mean, as long as here's the thing, like as long as you're not one side or the other. If you're neutral, because me, I'm actually like literally in the middle. I mean, yeah, one could say I'm more on one side than the other, but that's because it's based on the behaviors coming mostly from one other side.
Yeah.
But in reality, like no one's perfect, no one's guilty, not guilty. No one's really like everything. Just leave it to the courts.
Yeah, leave it to the courts if anything.
That's it.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to get this piece to fit. I think I made a good call on what I just did.
I can make so many innuendo jokes there, but you know,
That's what she said.
but not to you.
No. Thank you.
Damn, we gotta keep this PG-13. Keep forgetting.
Diaper biscuits. Stay in school, kids.
Diaper biscuit.
What?
I would have gone with Peter Griffin, but fine. Because PG.
PG. No, it's like it's just a little joke I saw online. Let's see.
And instead, let's talk about more stupid stuff that's going on in the industry.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting so many.
Oh, the CEO of Anime News Network might get sued.
Huh? What happened? Oh wait, who?
The CEO of Anime News Network,
Why
who
is he-
lives right here in Westmount, believe it or not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Wait.
he might get sued.
Wait, the CEO, the guy who created, well, like the
I
guy.
don't think he created, but he's the CEO of Anime News Network.
He's here. He lives in Westmount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, according to Twitter, it says
Of course.
that it was his tweet came from Westmount, Montreal, so I would assume he's from Montreal, and his name is kind of Quebecois. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We should invite him to come here.
Oh fuck no. No, the guy. Jesus Christ! From what? Wait, Anime News Network is not a sponsor of Otakuthon, is it?
Who?
Anime News Network.
Yeah, it is one.
Oh, you're being the lemon roti.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I get what
Is
you're
it
talking
regular
about.
lemon roti or a peanut
Well, I don't
nut?
mind, but as long as the owner does not hear it.
Okay, well basically.
Well, the owner
Oh,
is on my channel too.
Look at that squad.
So what is this?
Well, I don't know, it's
No,
not
he
this
might get sued.
It's
For what?
He gave a false copyright
the
strike
roadie,
on someone, which actually fucked
Gabriel-
over their
Gabriel
financial
pushed,
gains,
yeah.
which actually is illegal.
because it's a two model from the.
Just because he didn't like what they said about the Anime News
Yeah.
Network. That was it. And he's been known for actually like insulting critics of the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, we could invite him over.
Oh fuck no, dude. You don't want to. You know how tempted I would be to tell him about digital homicide
I
and
would
how
say, is it
that
drive
kind of
fast or
stuff
Citadel Peeps?
went for them.
Oh, yeah, that-
Yeah.
But
How
then
long
they're
do you
like,
usually take to drive?
the guy from Anime Newswork is here, guys. And then after, I just like start quietly building.
And then he tries
Wow.
to sue me because I bring up that fucking piece.
Yeah. Why suing?
Jesus Christ.
So you just spin him like that under normal plastic.
Yeah, I think
No
I
primer.
have another piece.
Does those permaculture addicts have anything to do with this?
Energy.
You know the magazine?
Primer on that. It's the same.
I didn't even take that one.
If there was a magazine in the good old days.
Yeah, but even like even if it wasn't, it's scoring well enough.
There's more. Just I'm currently right now. Okay, so long story short, the package that was supposed to be for the new parts or new stuff coming in, they delivered to one of the buildings inside this room. So I don't freaking know which one is who has the package now. And also, it also includes Gundam markers and also sandpaper and not sandpaper.
What about Godnet?
No.
Filing stuff. So I was like, great!
You think we can
It's
afford
now
Godnet?
somewhere. I
Yeah,
have to find it. I don't know where it is. So the person just so Compart just give me this note says
Ah,
it's
you're
been
building
delivered by this person. I'm
raise.
like, where's the
The regular
package?
raise.
I don't know where
I gotta
it is.
see also.
So I'm currently right now like
I
trying
ended up
to find
getting
it.
the Schwab version. I was just
I
currently
know.
doing the Camara's VDAR.
It's not that there was nothing. There is something. There was some new stuff, and I'm like, I really can't help you now at this point.
They can't help you, or you can't help them.
Like I can't do nothing because it's like I think I know where it is. It's just behind the locked door.
Then speak to someone.
Yeah, that's Bernard, by the way.
I don't know what to say, dude. I mean, there was a mistake.
All I have is her, and I have her, and my friend is gonna give me two. All I need is Cecilia. That's it.
Wait. What? Cecilia Fairchild?
No, Infinite Stratos.
Oh.
Come on, man. It's like we
I don't watch Infinite Stratos. I keep hearing it sucks.
That's what I keep hearing.
You need to die. I don't care what the world
You're not
tells
the
me.
first person to tell me that, alright? And the last person who said that to me is, well, somewhere in a ditch. I don't know.
You shall be sacrificed. I don't care.
Okay, that is the first time someone said that to me.
Oh man, Infinite Stratus is like it's like a baby. It's like a baby to us.
Oh, for God's sake!
Don't make me do the same thing I did last.
I did
Also,
the exact same thing.
You did it on live TV as well.
I know.
Well, not TV, but internet.
I know.
You goof.
But yeah.
It's fine.
No, like it's weird because I could understand like other fan bases are still like living and a lot of times it's
Oh, I goof.
but like oh my god, there's like so many people in Japan still like
Toxic.
trying to keep Infinite Stratus alive.
Asmari.
Yep.
You mean like toxic? As in ridiculously toxic?
Oh no, like these guys are just like making fan art and everything.
Like from tolerable to ridiculously obscene and disgusting.
Nah, it's just like this it's actually fairly like
Mood?
not mood, nah, like they make like different arts and everything, like comics. Like
Well-
some like occasional dojin, but that's normal.
So no one's basically sending death threats to anyone, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, no, like Peter's the first. Joey, dude.
You deserve to die.
No, because when it comes to the difference between the West and the East is
Oh.
attitudes when it comes to like
Yeah.
fandoms and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's not forget Rise of the Shield Hero.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes controversy now. Yeah.
No, like it's
Because
controversy over here in the West, but in Japan they're like, what controversy? We have nothing going on over here. Why is everyone complaining?
What's the problem with Rise of the Shield?
Rise of
No,
the Shields
basically
were-
in the West, people are saying, oh, it's a misogynistic piece of crap, and it's like a
Oh.
power male fantasy, when in reality the manga is written by 2 women.
It's funny because they're like that there was like that Crunchyroll anime that had a lot of controversy.
So that's because
I mean,
it's the
cartoon.
way they were showing it off. Like, if it was just a studio of nothing but women, like that would be like, okay, that's pretty neat. But when they were talking about the show itself, they focused too much on that aspect.
Yeah, they were like, hey guys, we have that, and then you have like Full Metal Alchemist, you have Sailor Moon, you have all these like famous mangaka who are women.
Yeah.
And no one complains about it, and there's like, we need more people. I'm like, come on, just do whatever you need to do.
Have fun, just
Have
shut up
fun
and enjoy
with
it.
it. Yeah. You don't need to.
Quit being such a pussy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Like
PG-13.
PG-13, dude.
But-
Actually, pussy does not come from where you think it's coming.
Oh, like a cat.
I know it's a cat, but
No,
still.
when
Yeah.
you say stop being a pussy, it comes from an old English word that means coward. It has no link to a cat or a woman organs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. I learned
Yeah,
something
but
new
this is the
today.
21st century.
Yeah,
and it's
people are gonna
2019.
assume things and they're gonna report.
And people are still a bunch of sensitive yahoos.
Yeah. Like
The
me
term,
personally,
term is snowflake.
Yeah.
it's only a matter of attention. But like, that's the
Snowflake.
thing.
That's a good one.
Like, if anything, I would just like them to make us something that's interesting. Like, if it has a good story, good character development, and nice art. Well, like even without the art, something like nice. Like, I would be okay with that. But you don't need to just say I have this gimmick,
Exactly.
because that's only what it is. It's a gimmick to something that's.
I know,
not
but also when they were
Hey,
presenting the
can
show.
you keep a door out open? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get something to eat and get some money from the bank.
Okay.
You just take the card right there to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll just go and get some
Oh no,
money.
you're going to the bank. Never mind then. No, like I said, the whole issue is that they didn't spend enough time talking about the show, like
Yeah.
the characters
Like,
and all
they
that
only
jazz,
showed,
but they
like-
were talking about the one thing that their group was consisting of.
They- Yeah, like what I
That
would
was
love
about
to
it.
have known is like they showed like a very very small story, but I want to know more about the anime. Like, what are you trying to do? They were talking more about the studio itself rather than
Exactly.
Oh, by any chance, does anyone need cutting mats or anything?
No, good.
I have an extra one if anyone needs one.
Oh, you need
Yeah,
one?
but still, when it came to the controversy of Rise of the Shield Hero, like
Yeah.
I said, it was only controversial in the West. In the East,
Yeah, someone locked themselves up. I wonder who.
But like, I know what you mean though, like because with Rise of the Shield Hero, like you don't hear anything at all in Japan.
nothing.
Nothing.
But
There's-
even the director said it himself. He's just like, "What controversy? There's
Yeah.
no one's complaining. No one's
Even-
saying anything."
I think it was like some like another person, like they were like saying, oh well, this is blah blah blah, and then the guy was like, well, this is how I draw, and if you don't like it, then don't watch it. Just like whenever.
That's not necessarily one thing to really say to people. I mean, look what happened with Battlefield 5. When they said you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like it's
Even with Ruby, the voice of Yang said the exact same thing. He's like, if you don't like the show, don't watch it, and don't ruin it for other people. Like, because of that one little part here, that don't watch it or don't look at it or don't buy it. That's another way of just saying like, yeah, we don't care.
It
You don't
depends-
like us? Screw you.
But it honestly depends on the actual content of the thing. Because like, there's gonna be like one or two people because they think that everyone's gonna buy Battlefield 5 because Battlefield 5 was like just, hey Sean,
Yo, what's
how's
up?
it going?
We're talking about controversy. You want to get it?
No. Actually, we'll put that to the side as Mel is here. How's it going?
That's good.
I got all the keys and eyes now.
Yeah, I said here.
I'll say no, but I'm still trying to get the chibis. I only have one.
Yeah, but yeah, I get the whole thing.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, that doesn't change. That doesn't mean that even fans in Japan can't be as unhinged as over here. Like, look what happened with Darling and the Franks.
Oh yeah.
That
Wait,
one episode, the director's episode, the episode director got death threats from people all over the world.
That's
It
so
made.
stupid.
I know, even me, I'm just like, you guys.
We're
Really have
talking
no-
about anime there, right?
Yeah, this
Yes,
is
anime.
As in, okay, the guy got death threats. from-
Parce que chaque épisode, pas toute l'émission avait le même directeur. Il y a certaines émissions qui avaient des différents directeurs.
Okay.
Pour un des épisodes de Darling and the Franks,
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, by the way.
is my French that bad?
No, but I mean the anime in question.
Okay, the anime Darling and the Franks. It's another mecha anime, but it's
Okay.
very
Okay,
fan
cool.
servicey as well.
Okay.
No, but the episode, un des épisodes, le directeur pour ça, because of a certain thing that happened in that episode,
Mm-hmm.
he received death threats because they didn't like what happened in that episode.
Fuck man, fandom has
And
gotten
it's not
way
ju-
crazier than it was in my day.
Well, that's because of the internet. Information and everything goes off quicker,
Yeah,
and a lot
exactly.
of people do think they feel invincible or their voices are in a vacuum, but no, in reality.
Exactly. In my day, you know, you had to come to me and say, "Hey, asshole, I'm going to kill you." But
Or write a
but
letter.
now,
Or write a letter, but even finding someone's address back then was very
yeah,
difficult.
exactly. You know, and I did get it that once.
I got
from
it.
from a crazy woman who thought that killing Britai was a crime in that Robotech thing. I mean, Sentinel or whatever. It's a long time ago. In the novel, and the lady was going crazy, and
Yeah, but this was.
it was weird.
Yeah, but this was no, but this is just people getting too upset over something that, in the end, like really doesn't matter because we all know like who the main character is going to end up with. So why get so upset over something like this? And also, it's a show. Like, if something doesn't go your way, whatever. It's the
That's
vision
it.
of the person who made it. Yeah, they'll probably listen to the criticism, but make sure your criticism has not some merit behind it, but also is not freaking insane to the point where you're threatening someone.
Yeah, I mean, this is,
Like,
this
voice-
is really nuts.
Voice your opinion, but make sure it's in a way that other people can understand and take it seriously. Because if you just and also make sure it has merit to it. Like for example, like what was it? Like when I was watching criticism over an anime called Promised Neverland. It's a good show, but someone was basically comparing between the manga and the anime, and he said that the like certain aspects in the manga were better than the anime, but there are certain aspects in the anime that make it better than the manga.
Okay, yeah.
And I understood those criticisms, and I understood everything. And I agreed to what they said, but at the same time, I was not on the same level as them. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you saw the thing differently.
Exactly.
You explained yourself. Like me personally, I think that blah blah. It doesn't mean that what you think is not good. It's just that I see things differently. That's the way it's supposed to be, you know. We're trying to build a civilization here, you know. So.
Mais malheureusement, on avait des personnages qui sont comme, no, my feelings were hurt. I
So we
gotta cross
have
out."
I've got to kill you.
so someone has a very long name.
Yeah.
long name.
Yeah.
Sean, I tried getting a chibi. What did I get? I got this.
Let's go, man. Those who are watching this, hopefully you're not offended by my commentary and opinions.
I was only saving like a bunch of wisdom.
Don't kill me, I have nothing to live for.
I don't care. I just want to do deals.
All I do is events.
Okay, walk, fine.
By the way, Anzi, Ozzy, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Asbury.
Asbury, yeah.
Hey!
No,
How's it going? Hey!
Wait, Anzi, you said that you don't like McDonald's, or you go for something more expensive?
I know. It was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those who walked in, I got coupons at McDonald's and Subway if you want. None for the viewers out there, unfortunately.
Coupon
That's
code.
just messed up, man. It has to be fair for everybody.
Yeah. It's,
I'm not a YouTuber.
Well,
so-
I'm sorry for the one person who cannot consume anything right now.
that's
right
okay.
now.
I'm alright. Like, if anything, well,
Force feed and disable accident.
No, don't force feed.
No,
No, the
if
only
you do, like,
the only time that he can't actually eat and have an excuse is when you're sick.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the only condition.
that
Unless-
or you're dying.
yeah, well, dying, if I'm sick, if I'm pregnant, or if I'm traveling.
Well,
You're not pregnant,
Well,
you're
there's
not
only one of the
traveling.
four that can't happen.
You're not pregnant. You're not traveling.
It's like I haven't
He's not
traveled.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You know, if I travel to another city, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll break my fast.
Because there was a case
Go
like
to
that.
Laval and that's it. I mean, you're traveling.
I traveled.
There you go.
That's a very exact way to. It's like we're going.
I
If it's
cheated
like
the system.
no. It'll be, actually, no. You can actually technically cheat the system right now if you go fill up gas, saying I'm going to Ottawa. I have 2-hour window to eat something. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm gonna go through the McDonald's drive-through with the coupons that this jackass just gave me.
It's like, oh, they forced me. They had me at gunpoint. And I was like,
Because there was a case in New York. This was several years ago. A woman, it was like during a heat wave. A woman during Ramadan, whatever the heck it's called.
right? Oh, yeah, the heat wave, yeah.
Yeah, like she passed out in the subway because it was too freaking hot, and so they rushed her to the hospital and they had to give her IV and water and everything.
And then she sued them.
I don't think she did.
Oh, good. Like, at least.
I don't know the whole story. All I know is about that, her collapsing, and it's just like showing that it's a dangerous time to not be eating. But thank God there's no heat wave right now, and this is Montreal.
Yeah, no.
But then again, just watch it tomorrow. It's gonna be like positive 30,
Yeah.
and then the next day it's gonna be snowing.
That's
Quebec.
construction, only 2 seasons: construction and winter. Winter and construction.
No, but this year the construction is the worst. It's everywhere.
It is everywhere.
Even in front of my house.
Sur Sainte-Catherine, juste devant le métro
Quel métro?
McGill.
Okay.
Like there, like 2 blocks are blocked off.
It's like a war zone.
Also Saint-Hubert aussi. Like, I live in that area, so like, Jesus Christ.
They put no parking signs in front of my house, and usually there's a time, and some there's no time. Or like a 3 or 4 block radius, people can park in front of their houses. What do you do? I'm lucky because I have a garage, and my dad has the backyard. But we were supposed to have the house fixed this year, and they're doing that until August. So we can't have contractors coming with their trucks to fix the house. So what do? And we were not even warned. Just showed up. By the way, you can't park in front of your house until August.
My dad, like, they were doing, like, changing the piping in front of our house. So they had to dig a ditch, and they put, like, wooden plywood on top.
Yeah.
So that we can walk safely on top. My dad walked on one. One of the guys put it in on the wrong way, slipped, and he
God.
fell down the ditch.
Oh.
And this was after he had surgery on his knee. One of his other.
Oh.
Luckily, the guys were there, and then like they helped him out. But like my dad is eligible to sue them.
Yeah.
Sue the
In
city.
America, you would have been rich.
Oh yeah.
Your dad should have done that.
Yeah. No, like we're like our culture is like weird. It's like no, we don't want to.
Dude, this is Canada. We're a step up from America, but at least we could still sue people for stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot,
that's true.
PG-13.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but like.
He's okay?
Huh? Yeah, no, that's I'm
Yeah,
trying to
he's
like
fine.
save this part.
No, your dad. He's your dad. Okay.
Oh yeah, my dad's okay. He only
Yeah.
he ended up getting like a few scratches and bumps.
Now, if it was my Nona in that situation,
Oh my god, yeah.
no, she would
Some-
still, she wouldn't even she would get out without a single scratch.
Single scratch, but like Sue still.
No, she wouldn't be able to sue. She would probably just be like, she'd probably just dig her own way out. I don't know, without anyone's help. I
Yeah.
kid you not. My grandmother, like I said, she ran into a house that was on fire and came out with nothing. Just to grab a phone to call 911.
Man.
So yeah, like her, literally, she comes from the Mussolini era of Italy. So
Oh.
all you just have to arm her.
Oh, yeah.
with-
I see.
They've seen some shit.
They've seen some shit, and she's from the farm, so she's more like literally. This is the joke I keep saying. Just give her a slipper, and she'll end World War III on her own.
Oh, okay.
Italian grandmothers, don't mess with them.
Oh no.
They know how to cook, clean,
Oh.
and
Oh no! If it does show up there, I will end up buying it.
What?
what happened?
I'm a sucker for bunny girls. Can't you tell?
Lots and lots of.
I mean, if you need to make some space, I can, buy
No.
them off you.
Wait, Peter, all these figurines are yours?
All of them. Yeah. Every
No
single
wonder
one.
you're broke.
What?
No wonder you're broke.
Broke is not. I'm not to that level of broke yet.
Not yet.
It's
Wait
coming.
until-
It's
Not
coming.
there
Coming.
yet.
Just a
Not
few
there
figurines
yet.
away. Wait until the next Haruhi Suzumi
No,
figurine
no.
comes
Wait
out.
till for another 5 more grand, and then I'll be broke. Then.
And those they're well made too. They're not like cheap.
Well,
No,
then
no,
again,
that's the thing.
Then again, I shouldn't be talking because just this week I spent over $200 on Magic the Gathering, and I got to pay back my sister for Mother's Day gifts for my mother, and I'm paying rent.
Oh, come to think of it.
See,
And I'm going
that's
to, and I'm
why I
going to
don't do
Toronto in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, who is going to Anime North?
Yo, and where's the Victor?
Well, he went for a smoke as usual.
But he just got here.
I thought he was still there.
I thought he quit.
No.
So wait, you guys are not going?
No. Oh, I have to go.
You have to? Why do you have to go?
Sony of Music Entertainment invited me to be down there. What do you think I have to do?
Fair enough.
Okay.
You could just call in sick. I don't know.
I'm
being
no,
sarcastic.
No.
I'm being
No.
sarcastic. All right.
Let me think about it. No.
No. No, they're the last people I can refuse.
Okay, so I wanted that.
But what if you were dying in the hospital?
That's a different
I
story.
will lose a Guinness World Record.
What are you building there?
Dearest.
The GM base Gundam was.
It's
The
the
what?
The GN base gun up the very.
Highlighter, huh?
highlighter.
Oh, with the yellow.
Yeah.
It's a very, the very bright colors that actually
searing
hurt
yellow.
my eyes.
It's
Yes.
weird.
Yeah, that one.
No, the only reason why I bought it is because I was like, I really like to want to see how it looks like, and then probably use an airsoft gun to shoot it. But that's the only thing I want to know.
You know what?
Actually, I built it. It's very nice. It's just the yellow is like
It's a highlighter.
It's
It's,
trying
a
to
highlighter
kill.
It's
The
like-
yellow's trying to kill you,
it's like they were like, I have your highlighters, Mr. Kawaguchi. Whoops.
but
Oh,
the,
Puts it inside
no,
of
but
the,
the
the
kit
plastic.
itself
That's
looks
what it is.
extremely nice.
Ah.
It would make a very very nice G3.
Oh yeah, you
Really, you
Easy.
paint it gray, and it will look insane.
honestly
truly.
like the only thing too is like the
It's the colors. The colors, really,
The
it's
V-fin?
the only thing.
I like the V-fin on the original Gundam rather than this. Like it's a little bit skinny. It looks a little bit weird. I like the one that's like. shows
Trust me,
strength.
the kit looks insane. It's
Yeah.
really, really. If you can actually see it in your head,
Mhm.
painted in gray and like bluish,
It works very, very
bluish,
well.
the purplish blue, it looks insane. It's
Mm.
really with those big white numbers and
Oh, what I would do is.
Okay, I didn't know that the
heavy
grades
Gundam.
was so goddamn fragile.
What happened?
Okay, this happened because I was trying to cut one piece off the runner.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wait.
This is this is how it's supposed to be. Yeah, if I showed you the box, it's basically the part right in front of the cockpit.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I just cut off.
that is
this,
weird because it never happened to me.
This has never happened either, and I built 2 other grazes.
Yeah. It might have been like the pressure. But, if you need some, I'd like some.
Oh, that's good. Thanks.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'll need that glue for that saber.
Yeah. Oh, true. I got it. I brought it. Purple stuff.
Can you leave it with me for a
What's
day?
better,
Yeah,
that?
sure thing.
What's better, that or the cement?
This one works with the cement, like with this, because it melts the piece together. That's more for like different stuff.
Yeah, because I've always used that over this. This I only use to.
So might as well use this. Then.
I only use that to build putty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Use this if you want it more.
I want it to be actually more tough on this because I'll use that too.
Does anyone have any toothpicks?
Actually, what I'm gonna do is just wait. What I'm gonna do is that first I'm gonna take off the runner bits,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna glue it.
Okay. Yeah, take it out. Remove it from the
back on
runner.
side.
No problem. Okay. Finally,
Yeah, my
managed
other
to
piece
bring
is
it.
not fixed yet.
No, the glue.
Yeah, the glue. I finally brought it for the first time. Yeah.
The other piece that broke, that broke last week.
Well,
It didn't fix.
Oh,
It
okay.
actually was still stuck there.
Anyways, if you'd like you could borrow it.
Yeah, but is it supposed to melt the plastic to merge it together or something?
No, no, this is just like a normal super glue. These are the ones that melt the plastic. So like it's, I don't know how it works with like resin, or like with, you know, other kits and everything, or like whatever you have, figurines, stuff, things, yeah. There's like,
People.
yeah, people.
Does it melt people?
Let's test it out.
Maybe the Wicked Witch of the West.
Drink it and then turn my whole body as I put gum flow pieces inside.
And then you vomit out putty.
Vomit up. Oh, that would be that would be great. It's like, oh wow, such great putty that you have in there. What did you use? Like I just drank the putty.
How you make the putty is that you take off like bits and pieces from the sprue,
Mm-hmm.
and you put them inside of a little jar, like an empty paint thing from Tamiya.
Yeah.
And then you pour enough cement where it just covers them. But you have to make sure that it's all
Right, it's
one
like
layer.
it's all submerged. Then.
Yeah, it's all submerged, and then you just leave it overnight, and then yeah. I think I've done that multiple times before. Works miracles. This, however, is gonna be a wee bit.
You know, like what I would recommend doing is putting it on a toothpick, and then you'll be able to control it more because it's just gonna be a giant fluke.
That's good. I should be a surgeon. Damn it. Okay, flushed, and now let's hope that my fingers don't get stuck to this thing. Too late.
It's like, your hopes are up. No, your hopes are down.
Too much hope. Too much hope.
Survive on hope.
Survive. You'll be survive.
The wise words of Dr. Gavin Free. Alongside of, if you're getting sick, just don't do that.
Somewhere. Is that the question?
Whatever you got.
Yes, it holds.
For some.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It holds. Oh no.
It held.
But I'm gonna do it, I mean, you're starving, so. Alright.
Hold on. It holds. It holds.
That was some good shit. Okay.
What I'll do under first, not this piece. Make sure that I can actually fit this piece back in.
Yo, Victor.
Ready for what's coming up in 2 weeks?
Sure.
He's stressed.
I don't blame him.
I would laugh if that was Peter around Mark when he locked himself out.
I know he's right there. Shit.
You literally went to Wendy's. Wait, so you sure you don't want to that?
I'm good for now.
Okay.
Why, you think I'm gonna scratch the table or something?
Just in case.
Hein, ouais, oui, là. Ça, c'est bien. Mais c'est pas mieux que ça.
Like a few other people.
C'est vraiment la meilleure affaire.
So we're not gonna be as much as last time.
Oui, il n'y a pas de truc, il y a trop de trous, il y a whatever, tu sais. T'as besoin d'un plus gros trou, t'as juste des petits trous, là. Tu sais.
I mean, when you take a restaurant, right?
Ça, c'est ce petit machine-là, c'est bien quand t'as des pinces toutes la même grosseur.
Does anyone have any idea when that Iron Blooded Orphans game is gonna be coming out?
Nope.
Oh yeah, that.
It's definitely coming out.
I guess everyone got so disappointed they just erased it from their heads.
They were like, yeah, I even completely forgot about that game. Because I thought it was gonna be like an actual anime, like an OVA or.
I know, like they had the trailer all animated and everything. They say no, it's a game. I'm just like, come on, guys, you're not Bethesda. Bethesda does like the live action stuff.
Yeah, and then they were like.
It's a disappointment.
I took it out, sand it, and then
What are you looking for?
Bethesda
Thruster.
titles? Ansieht das, that's your muscle?
yeah,
What does it look like?
it's gray like the carpet.
Okay, well, then goes that off.
Isn't it always that way?
Yeah, isn't it always that way?
Wait, what is that?
That's a tweet.
Oh, okay. Should I really be helping since I have,
Bad eyesight?
yeah. But then again, I have a gift for finding stuff.
But I mean, I watched it fall, and he fell on the chair, but I could see it on the chair.
You might have to take it apart. That's what I did to find that piece that for the grades.
Your foot is on the USB cable for the.
Hey?
Yeah. Seriously?
I'm actually surprised I'm just getting up to fit for that. The best piece, like, if you have like a flashlight,
Oh yeah, that's true.
say it fell on a chair, right?
You said on the chart, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you can't tell with that. Actually, just good.
Maybe it was on the other chair.
No, it fell on me
That's
while I was
fine.
sitting.
That's
Like I,
good.
I saw it like roll.
Wait,
my-
sit.
my-
Yeah, well, sit, yes, it's
No, on this sir.
Roll down.
Yeah.
What is it? Wait, what color is it? You said
It's like that.
Oh, thruster.
All those different Pikachus out. Yeah, that's how close to the.
It's like.
On a very, very not so nice carpet. Yes, I know. You can complain about that later. Darn carpets. You know.
Check inside the wheels.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take it apart and send it because I don't like it. Even if I can do that later.
We're looking around in circles.
You're wearing shoes, right? Yeah. You checking the crevices of your shoes?
Oh yeah.
No, I don't think it would be able to get stuck in any of those.
I mean, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but you want that piece and being nice.
It fall forward or backward?
Like I was sitting, and then it fell here, and I was like, okay, don't move, I'll get it, and then I got up,
And then you then with the decoy
and then like I'm trying to. Like, it fell right here.
Oh no, I thought no. Oh what? This is not good. The color. How hard is it to find a color?
The same peak of nature, it went on the other side.
Or it's stuck somewhere in my jacket, but then I know my jacket.
Found your pocket item? You can check in your jacket. Pockets. Inside pocket. Yeah, but you'd be surprised. I once, you know, a little jewel for the Gundam Ariels?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that. Like I caught it up.
I was right.
Oh my god. Where do you go?
It was in his jacket
In the
pocket.
inside pocket of the jacket.
Oh my god.
Oh, you found it?
They found it in
Yeah.
his jacket pocket.
No, it was a poster
I
though.
tried looking everywhere. I thought it was in the
call. It
cracks.
was in his jacket the whole time.
But then I ended up I was just like, wait, there's a small bag in my garbage. Open it, the bag is the opening's like this big. It fell right in. I pull it off like, yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, so you're going back on the backpack?
What?
The thruster, like no, I'm not touching it because
Glue that shit.
because I wanted to send it on the, I'll just do it while it's on the.
And glue it. Make sure it never falls off and goes
Thank
through the
you
jacket.
everyone.
You're welcome.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. I need to get one of those pinfight thingies.
Yeah, it's very useful.
Not everyone is how a club operates. We help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, don't move. Stop. Stop.
Stop. I dropped my brain.
On the floor.
It was a Pirates of the Caribbean reference.
I don't. This.
Oh, you're going to Nintendo. Oh. What about the like? No.
So wait, where were we before we had to help out Hamzi?
I completely forgot. I was like so into like looking
I
at
am
these.
so I
I think we
know
were
I
talking about
lost.
the IBO game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, animated
Like,
stuff.
like honestly, like what are they gonna do with that game? It's gonna be like card based. It's like I don't know. It's
I don't think it's gonna be card based. I think it's gonna be more like if anything, like they should have just made. They should go back to how they made. What's it called? 0081. Battlefield Record 0081.
Yeah.
That's actually the best Gundam game, aside from what I've heard, the Rise from the Ashes or the Blue Destiny game.
oh, I love this.
The one thing that I don't like about the IDO is like, by the way, a long time ago,
There was a massive war, and then there
yeah,
was like
and
this-
we made 72 frames. Out of the 72 frames, we're going to show you 6 or 5. I don't remember.
According to the lore, there's only 26 that came out untouched or undamaged.
so like
I mean, like that
26?
weren't destroyed. Out
Oh,
of the,
okay.
Out of the 72, 26 were not destroyed.
yeah, but the point is there are 72 frames. 300 year the Calamity War. They could be like they could easily make something with the Calamity War, but then they're like,
Something like but the problem is that
How would you
you
make
gonna
an anime about 72 Gundams? Like every Gundam would have to be unique. And, like there's
Exactly.
so much you can do about Gundams. You know?
Well, one thing they could do, if it is possible, have a contest. Take like obviously they'll keep the Barbatos the way it was, the Floros the way it was, the Camaras the way it was, the Bile the way it was. Like a lot of the Gundams, they could have just kept it the way they were.
yeah. Or they don't
Not
even.
sure about the Fusion though, but the other ones like they could also like even the ones in the manga, or even the one that's coming up in the game. Like those ones, keep them the way they are, minus like a couple of differences here and there depending on the story. As
Like-
for all the rest, just like I don't know, fan art. Like there was
Yeah.
one person that made that people thought it was real,
Yeah.
which it wasn't. Like that, like put that in the Calamity War.
They could honestly do that, and even like they don't even. Well, they have to like show, or maybe MSV. They could do like a little MSV thing,
And then just show like in I don't know, like flashbacks or something, like screenshots or something. Like they do that a lot. They just say like, yeah, this is like, yeah, we just got news. This is what happened to these frames
Are you
or these pilots.
No, it's like a plot plate, like a plus script. That's what I mean. Because like I know, but like I wanted to look for one of the images.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
I didn't bring mine.
That's okay. Like when I saw
Up here, I found it.
like when I saw like the like some of the people that like you have what I would want to do for IDO is add like what you said, like maybe OVAs, but you don't even need to show all of them. Maybe like an MSV thing. Like that's what it would be the.
I didn't say OVAs. I mean like a screenshot. Like
Yeah.
when sometimes people
Yeah,
put, like a
MS.
screenshot and saying like, yeah, this is just what happened with these Gundams facing this
I'll let you
one,
know.
Angel or
Yeah.
whatever the mobile armor.
And they don't even need to say like, oh, it's like some random angel. Like they could literally be like, oh, there's maybe different designed angels, maybe like
Yeah, the Hashimo they'll explain like as to why it just died out.
Yeah. And maybe they would have like, if they had an anime or something, maybe have the like a battle and that was the same Hashmal that like kind of like crashed and like on Mars and is like deactivated by some way.
Yeah, something like that. But that's about it.
Because they went through so much like Agnika Kairu and all these different like people, and it's like, let's not show them. Let's have a video game on it.
I know. And then there's people actually asking for a sequel instead, and they don't know how the hell a sequel can happen.
It's not gonna happen. Like,
I know, it's definitely not going to happen, even though I came up with my own idea of one.
Like
Basically-
maybe someone finds out and then they try to expose.
No, what happens is that, like, well, you've seen Nine Blood, well, you saw the last episode, what happened with Ride.
Yeah.
Like how he, like I was thinking, like maybe he goes Hathaway Flash on the whole,
Oh yeah, like the whole thing.
yeah, and basically trying to expose everything, but people would point out, it's like, yeah, you do that, you pretty much just mess up the whole system, but he doesn't care, he wants revenge. And shows like how revenge can consume someone, and the main character is someone who actually takes rebuilt Camaras,
Yeah.
because like Galia, he can't pilot anymore.
Yeah. Because
And
like
his sister's in a mental ward, and then like the new main character, I was thinking, yeah.
apparently she is.
According to the creators of the anime, they actually said that yeah, she was not in a state to be shown in the epilogue, which means that she's probably in a mental ward because of what happened. Like her fiance killed her brother, and her fiance turned out to be
Yeah, but she
Two-Face.
had no, she didn't take any part in the whole thing.
I know, but she was
Like,
yeah, but don't forget,
three
she's a
died.
kid.
Yeah.
She was a kid who was in love with a guy who basically did care about her in a way, but nonetheless, like her brother, like she lost her brother, then she loses the love of her life, and then she finds out that her brother ends up killing the guy, so it becomes like this whole drama thing.
Drama alert.
Yeah, and then like her family loses all power, all political power because of the new regime. So yeah, it's like it's not really in a. Yeah, that's why they said she was not in a state to really be shown
Yeah.
in the epilogue. Kind of tragic.
She's the only, like, maybe one of several characters that had a horrible ending. Like, everything worked out for, whoever that guy was. Hanate, or whatever that guy's name was.
Oh, you mean the guy, the main villain?
Oh, Russell.
Russell.
Yeah. Pretty much, everything went fairly well for him. He was like, yeah, I'm now the leader, and...
I'm the leader, and I'm actually gonna do good stuff to keep my position because this is not only the right thing to do, but this is like the most guaranteed way people are gonna listen to you, and you're gonna get power.
Yeah.
But I never liked this.
A lot of people don't like him, but in a way, like in the end, like maybe his original plan was to become like a dictator, but then in the end, he was just
It's
like,
only
no,
a matter.
this
it's,
wouldn't work.
Like, it's how he does it. It's how he does it that, like, that's different. But the end goal was like everything worked out in the end.
Pretty much. Yeah, and then imagine you're trying to change all that. Like, in a way, it's like a necessary evil.
Sometimes.
Your guy sounds a lot like Char.
No.
No?
No, Char was genocidal. He wasn't.
Char is not.
He didn't want to
In
force.
Char's counterattack, he was genocidal.
He was like, I don't like any of you.
By the way, you should listen to me. No? Hey guys, bring the colony over. Not the colony, the asteroid.
The asteroid.
But he, though, to a degree, though, he was trying to. There was a few things though he was trying to do. Like he said, he was warning people to come up to space, or I'll do this. He gave them like warning, like.
Yeah, but
But I do understand. I do know what you mean. Like it's, like.
yeah, he looked down on humanity because that's
They're
how
not-
humanity is. Like maybe humanity could evolve, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
And even though he says new types are better, yet he and Amro were fighting each other. So yeah, like that's
Char's just being like, he's just like, oh, I'm better than all of you. I have new type powers. Look at me.
and those who live in space will become better.
Yeah.
So stop being on Earth, come to space. Well, Amro's just like, no, you can't do that, and the way you're going at it is not right.
Look at me. I have a nice red vocal suit. Everyone loves me. And it's like, shut up, Char.
Well, that part is actually true.
Yeah. We don't like Char.
Yeah, don't forget the part where he says, I didn't betray anyone. Then we see in Origins he betrayed how many people?
He betrayed like his friend. Is like
His one comrade who knew his identity.
yeah. And then also like.
Well, Garma was much later on.
But Garma, like, he wanted revenge because it was a familial revenge.
I know, but at the same time, it's just, like, he did feel bad about it because it's just like, yeah, this guy's my friend, so yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, and then also, well, the real Char,
No.
the brown-eyed Char.
Yeah. Yeah, but he used him. So basically, like, Char right there is kind of a sociopath.
Yeah.
No empathy except for those he actually cares about, which is himself and his mother and his sister.
I'll bet you he would have used his mom if there wasn't. For
He would never use his mother.
He's like,
Because
Mom, I used you.
no, because that's the thing with sociopaths. They actually do have a bit of a
They care about certain people.
certain people either because they benefit them or because they actually make them do something for you. It's really hard to
You
explain.
guys stop dissing my favorite Aryan boy.
Oh no,
Holy crap!
We just pissed off someone, we better stop. Oh god.
Wait, are you sure you pissed off someone? We pissed off someone on the chat?
No, we pissed off him.
Okay, no. Okay, anyway, no, it's like for example in Death Note, Light, 100% psychopath.
Yeah.
He has no empathy. Like even when his father died, like I don't know if he was actually.
Yeah,
legit.
every time like his father or someone dies, he makes it. I killed you.
No, but not when his father. His father, he cried. But the thing is, we don't know if those were genuine or not. But at the end, he was just like, "What? I had a dad? Yeah, I didn't care about him." Even though, like at the very beginning of the show, he actually says, like, "I don't want to risk actually having to kill one of my own family members." And then there's the point where he's like, "Okay, well, I might have to kill my sister because she's a hostage, and I don't want to give up the death note." Of course, he doesn't do it. But then later, I don't know.
What about the masterpiece version, like the Netflix version?
Let's not talk about that. Although Will Dafoe does do a good Ryu.
Yeah, he does, but like it's Light Yagami who steals the show. He's supposed to be like not that much of. He's like a really dumb kid who just is like a rebel, and then he gets the death note for like no reason.
Oh, wait. I haven't seen the movie, but he was an idiot.
He's pretty much an idiot. Like
They ruined it. Already right there.
It was a weird movie.
Yeah.
That's why. Here's the thing: the setting for Death Note could actually work anywhere in the world. It doesn't necessarily only have to be Japan. So
Yeah.
that's why, like, I didn't care. Like, yeah, they're making an American version of this.
Honestly, like
Oh,
they
was
could.
it?
You know what they could have just done? All they could have just done was like say, let's just change some of the actors, like change they did it in
Change some of the names as well.
Yeah, like you could have just said, hey Fred, and then if people.
Well, the light part that I didn't care. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's not really a Japanese name.
Yeah, like light.
But then again, the Japanese they always use random words because they think it
But, like,
sounds cool.
Or because you know how with like Detective Pikachu, like the movie, it's like, it's not like a Pokemon movie. Like
It is actually it is a Pokemon movie.
yeah, but like instead of using like the Ash Ketchum story was a 10-year-old going.
Good move on
they
their
will do
part.
it.
Yeah, I was like, I want to watch it.
Yeah, but they will do it. They will adapt Red and Blue.
Yeah.
The movies.
Yeah, but like that's gonna.
It wouldn't work.
It
That's
wouldn't
why
work.
This is why Detective Pikachu made sense because I played the game. The game is surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Because it actually takes advantage of the fact that you're in the Pokemon world. And
But
all-
they
and a lot of the
built.
stuff that happens in it, you need to have knowledge of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
But
as for the movie, like that's a more easier thing to adapt into movie form than an actual television series or a video game. Because let's put it this way, when it came to the Pokemon Origins, that was a 4-episode OVA. So how are you going to do the same thing, but condense that into a movie? It wouldn't work. Because
Yeah.
people would want to see the entire journey.
If
not
they made
just
if
skip
they made a
parts
television
of that.
show, the television show would make sense. But then again, there's already the anime. But
Exactly, so what's the point?
people are craving live action films for no apparent reason, and they don't care if it fails or flunks.
No, people do care if it does fail or flunk. It's Hollywood that doesn't care because they make money out of it.
Make money off of it.
But back to the whole topic with sociopaths and psychopaths, like I said, Light Yagami is a psychopath. Sociopath would be the villain from Inuyashiki. The anime where an old man turns into a robot after being killed by aliens accidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That guy. Yeah, the
main,
guy who was
the
like
main villain who's the teenager.
Yeah.
Like him, he was a sociopath. He didn't care about anyone else except for the people he actually cared about. For those who, like his mother, his father, his friend, and the girl who had a crush on him, and her grandmother, because, well, friends, family, and they were nice to them.
You know
Nice
what?
to him, so.
If I was in that anime, and I had all those powers, like same sort of powers, I'll be like,
Which anime?
the Shiki anime.
Inuyashiki, the one, yeah, I just explained it already.
Pretty much, I would find out that he's the guy who's targeting it. I'll find out where his family is, and I'll kill them all. And then be like,
Don't do that.
oh, look at me, I killed it. This is how I feel for every person that you killed as well.
That's not right, dude.
He does the same thing.
No, he does that because, in a way, it did kind of, the way he explained it kind of makes sense, in a way, because it does make him appear human. Because he's just like, yeah, I have a perfect life, but I feel hollow inside. Like, I don't feel anything. Because, like, yeah, in a way, like, he could be set up to be a hero, but the thing is, like, the way his life was, the way he was, like, look at him, good-looking guy, intelligent, has a bunch of girls, like, falling for him. His life is slightly more than perfect, but slightly. There's a bit of errors in that. Yeah, his parents are divorced and everything, but he's got a loving
But
family.
all the more reason I do all of that. Because I would be like the guy who's like, you have a perfect life and I'm jealous and I'm just gonna kill everything.
That's too terrible, man. No, but him, it was just like, I need to feel emotions, and this is the only way I can actually do it. And then eventually, like, people piss him off to the point he's like, yeah, I hate everyone. I'm just gonna annihilate everyone because of what they just did to not just me, but also the people I actually do care about.
Well, that's a shame for him.
I know, but it did make him feel human.
Yeah.
It actually made him appear human, which he was, and then eventually in the end, yeah, he takes his own life there. Because like he had nothing else. Because he wanted to protect those. He actually did have people he wanted to be safe.
Well, you know, if you actually look at it in a different perspective, he has a point. You know, like in a way, because at the very end of the day, who do you want to protect the most? You want to protect those that are closest to you.
Closest to you, and also protect yourself as well. I mean, you have no choice.
Yeah, it's a matter of survival. So like that's
For him, it wasn't survival. For him, it was just like.
But like, you know, in a general sense, you know, like
I know.
it's the needs of you and your family outweigh those of complete strangers. If you really think about it, he does have a point.
He does have a point in a way, but the thing is, he was also doing it because it's for him to actually feel like he's alive. Because one of the traits of a sociopath or a psychopath is when they do terrible shit, it's because PG-13. When they do terrible stuff, it's because they're bored. Like they're easily bored.
But you know, that would make for a really good, like, you know, a good villain. You know, like with Thanos in Infinity War.
What he was doing, he thought it was the correct thing to do.
Yeah,
in a
but
way,
like-
it made sense.
Yeah, but in another sense, like, you know, different dynamics of a villain, like, those are like certain steps you can make to make the best, like, really really good villains. So,
I know.
Well, but here's the thing. In Thanos' case,
he saw it as a need, and he had the will.
he saw it as a need. Well, he saw it as a need. But don't forget that. But hold on. So, how many people who did not watch Endgame?
I watched that movie.
I saw it.
Okay. So
Okay.
I can't really say it out loud. Fuck. Never mind.
So Thanos was like even after.
No.
Face was like all.
No. But if you understand the context of the story. Okay, how far do you want to be spoiled? Are you sure?
Oh no, you don't.
I have no.
It's actually like pretty. It's a like a good film.
No, it's a really good thing.
Yeah.
It's just
I
that.
don't really watch all that stuff.
So you don't give a shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Anyone else wants to get spoiled by
I
Infinity
don't
or
care at
Endgame?
all.
No one?
Not really.
Not
So
really.
when Superman appears in the movie,
And then Ant-Man goes up. Thanos is-
Oh my god, seriously? What? Yeah, Superman comes into the game, it's like this. Okay, wipe off everyone in like a split second. Yeah, he'll do that.
Yeah, Captain Marvel tried that and it didn't work.
No.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, like Captain Marvel.
Oh, that was even funnier.
I haven't seen the movie yet. When I saw her in Endgame, I was just like, really?
Buzzkill. Literally,
That's
she.
not Captain Marvel.
No, but okay, here's the thing.
If I was there, everything
when
would have been
Ford-
different. I'm
no,
like,
here's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
The problem
right.
was is
Oh,
that
yeah.
the version that they killed Thanos, okay, it's when he's old,
Yeah.
he has battle scars, and don't forget, one of his arm is already fucked up.
Well, like pretty much like he's completed his task. And
No, he completed his task, so he's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
As they
But
said,
he
it's
was.
retirement.
So yeah, he's
Yeah.
in retirement. Now, the version that Iron Man, Thor, and also Captain America fought in the revised timeline version, it's younger version of him,
Yeah.
and that's before he made the decision to wipe off half the damn universe.
Didn't he do that for a long time?
No, he didn't.
yeah, he
No.
did.
Yeah, like
No, he did.
very-
Yeah,
with
he
Gamora,
actually
like-
established in Infinity War. He was just like, "This is what has to be done."
Well, this has to be done, yes, but that was the version that they're fighting prior to that. If you watch the two sisters, okay, you know the two sister ones, one of the
Yes, I know
the
which one you're talking
and they
about.
were and then the older version was basically giving the intel of like what was the initial plan. He's like, okay, I need to step up the plan. He had it in mind, but it was not successful because don't forget, at one point he was going to murder one of the daughters for that.
For the
Soul
Infinity
Stone.
Stone.
No, Soul Stone.
Soul Stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because like from like I think what he was trying to do is like the flashback with Gamora when Thanos took her in. He killed half of the population of her planet because he wanted to see like what would happen if he actually did like kill like half of the universe sort of thing.
Yeah, and then what happened was people will strive and will just
Yeah. But it's not like what he didn't know was that it's not the case for everything. And then he realized that after like when the flashback thing came up, it was like I know what I must do.
Yeah.
I must kill half of the. Ooh, look at
No,
this.
but, no, even before that, he,
Ooh, look at this.
No, like this is one of the artists that does like a bunch of Mistros art.
Yeah, but in a very naughty way,
Like, there's a few others.
He's very naughty.
Some of them are naughty, and some of them are like.
I've been following that chat, so that's why.
Now the best art of Thanos is when they crop his head onto the guy from Pawn Stars.
Like a bunch of them like that.
They do look similar. So
Some of them
yeah,
are
and someone
using
actually
some of the
photoshopped in
mobile
Doctor
game
Strange, and he's like,
characters and-
Thanos, I've come to bargain. And then Sam was like, all right, what's your price? Oh crap. I would.
You know, Peter, your lifting move's not here.
Oh well, whatever.
What?
Hey, your lifting move
Endgame was
not
over,
here,
and
so
now
here's-
there's
You mentioned spoiler for
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Ah,
with-
who cares?
finally with Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still confused about that, but you can.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure Mysterio is just pretending to be a hero when in reality he's a villain. He's just setting up everything so
Or
he appears that way.
maybe, perhaps. Like what I think is like, because they said that Mysterio is like from another dimension, like another
Earth.
another
No,
Earth.
that's what he says.
That's what. Yeah, but he could be like going crazy like that.
No, or the original story was that he's just a magician. That's it. Like he specializes in illusion and hypnosis.
Or
So and guess what? What do magicians do? They deceive the audience. So in this case, like yeah, he seems to be. Everyone in theory even thinks, oh, he's a hero. When in reality, he's just setting himself to look like that.
or he's
Praise
trying to.
and everything.
There's something about like what he's trying to do with this like these weird elemental things, or maybe he's just acting on his own. Like Spider-Man is like, I lost my vacation with the girl I like because of you and your magician stuff.
Yeah,
Your
whatever.
trickery.
He doesn't sound like that.
He doesn't even sound that.
What are you doing?
No, he actually. Wait, isn't that actor British?
No,
Yeah.
it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, the
No,
Tom
no,
Holland.
yeah,
No, I
Tom
mean like I was making the voice of. Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Peter Parker, the new Peter Parker.
Yeah,
Is he
yeah,
originally
he-
British? Like his Andrew Garfield is.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield is and Tom Holland. Yeah, but Tom Holland.
What's with them always all of a sudden hiring nothing but British people? I mean,
They're good at making accent. Well, yeah.
I mean, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's
I know he's doing a good job, but it's like lately, it's like they get nothing but British people trying to perform American roles. Like for example, Doctor Strange.
There ain't no more good.
But Doctor Strange, though, they got the right actor.
Oh, I know he got the right
He
actor.
looks
Did they
like him.
ever?
He can't be replaced. Neither can Robert Downey Jr. But the thing is, the thing is like out of all people, like that's the thing I just don't understand.
Who's
like,
the actor that plays Falcon?
Falcon? He's American.
Yeah, but like he's not.
All I know is that he played as Clarence from 8 Mile, and that's why there's a joke. This guy's an Avenger. His name is Clarence.
Hello, Clarence.
Oh, no, we haven't heard gimmick.
Gimmick.
I'll talk about Office Beach speaking.
Yeah, still nonetheless.
I have no freaking clue who's that guy.
Just watch it be Lou. He's just
No,
like.
it's not Lou.
I know. I'm just saying. Watch. Just imagine if it was.
Who comes? Yeah, guys, I quit.
Oh! Oh no, that would be horrible.
He quit his
Then,
job. Or he quit,
there goes all his vacation dreams.
And probably his marriage too.
No, it's not.
So I'm saying if he quit his job.
He's still on sci-fi. Sort of.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant by quitting the what he's doing at Air Canada.
No, that's what I'm thinking because what problem is that his dream of in Air Canada, he has to survive till November. Oh, hello!
Ernest!
Ernest!
Don't worry, Ernest. You're going to AN this month, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, what? You're not going to?
No anime nor for me. You just missed Mo. We went into lunch. Yeah, Mr. Moo.
Wait, he had chicken. What the fudge?
Who had chicken?
Mo. And now he's gone for Wendy's.
Wait, again?
Now
What,
we
you
Went
want
out for
to
food again.
God. Can I just bring all these coupons for nothing?
Well, if you're willing to donate one of those McDonald's coupons to me, I'll be.
Dude, I have 3 booklets here.
That's what I'm saying.
Take one.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna be eating nothing but McDonald's. I'm the guy from Super Size Me, alright?
Or you should not be eating in McDonald's.
No. The only reason why I want the McDonald's is because I like the breakfast package. I don't care about the.
I'm pretty sure they stopped doing the breakfast at it. No, wait, they do it 24/7 now, do they?
Yeah.
Jeez, smart on them.
Yep.
Too bad they don't do a chicken.
No, because no, they're currently right now losing competition against Tim Hortons. And then the most ridiculous enough is that you know that the American donut company, what is it?
Dunkin' Donuts.
No.
Krispy
Kreme. Yeah, they just open launched their first ever store in downtown Montreal, and it's been lined up for like 2 weeks right
It was the same thing in Japan as well. They opened up a store in Japan and there was a huge lineup because people.
Do you have a Krispy Kreme in Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they have 7-Elevens in Japan. They have McDonald's, KFC.
No.
they got a
7-Eleven
lot
is
of stuff
originally
over
from
there.
Japan. That's the difference.
Yeah,
story.
that I'm not.
Yeah.
not
But
surprised,
in comparison to North America's 7-Eleven, it's a joke.
You know what they should do?
I missed the Japan version.
I missed
Japan,
like
it was amazing.
No, I missed the Japan version. You know what? You know
No,
what?
I'm
the
saying
American.
the Japan version of 7-Eleven is amazing. I've been to one. I just
they
went to
have
the window
everything that
shop
you need.
because I had time to kill, and I was just
want
like,
to sit in there and eat.
I just want to go to like a Pizza Hut pizza from Japan.
What the fuck is wrong with you now?
Yeah, seriously.
So
Dude,
many
okay,
pizzas and
Peter,
Pizza
Dude,
Hut.
I would rather.
to make you hate. Okay, to make you
I
actually.
want to kill him.
No, you're gonna kill me because when I went to Japan, most of the lunches I ate was at McDonald's
Should glue your mouth.
because I'm kind of an idiot.
I'm actually considering this right now. Just glue your mouth right now.
Because
The one time I went to McDonald's in Japan, it's because we couldn't find any other restaurant.
No. Here's the thing. If I ever go to Japan, I will try the McDonald's
it was actually
just because I just want to have a comparison. I just want to compare. That's all I care about.
Very
The
different
service
from
is so
what I heard.
fast.
It's
I know,
very
like,
different.
I finished paying and
when
they're
you
calling
guys
my
even
number.
said, if you're gonna go to
I'm
McDonald's,
like, this
I
can't
just
be
tried
me.
it.
Oh shit, it is me. Like,
I ate it. I was just like,
you guys
"Oh, it's actually not that
already
bad.
knew what I was going to order.
It's
Like,
actually
yeah.
slightly better because compared to
In less than
Montreal,
3 minutes, it
New
was
York,
great.
and
Wow.
Japan, I would say like
Like, what I
the
would love to
Japanese
do,
version is in between the Montreal and
For
New York.
Japan,
New York
like
is
if I were
terrible.
to go to
It's
Japan,
very dry.
Most likely
The Japanese
like
one was
drinks,
actually decent.
the drinks and the
It's like something
fries
you could
portions are
not
very,
eat
very
every
small.
day, but
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
to eat.
it's
but-
so
yeah,
it's not
it's
getting used to.
The only
And
one
as for
problem
over here,
right now
well,
is that so
I don't know,
far
like,
I've been
here our beef
invited
is freaking
to
top quality.
three studios.
By law.
By law, yes.
By
Like,
law.
I was told already.
By law,
if
you
ever
better
go
be
to
number
Japan,
one. If you're
call
number
me
two, well, sorry, you gotta
and
go.
we'll
You gotta
book
go.
time to
Yeah,
go and chill.
go home.
So far, it's Bandai. Danny chose the doll shop.
Yeah.
And Summer
Yeah, but also Hanzo. The reason why, the other reason why I went to most of Japan
you need
is
to go to
McDonald's
Japan.
I need to go to
because
Japan first.
all the other
Okay,
restaurants,
okay.
food is
So I'm like, I
expensive.
really would like to go down.
When
I
was
really,
that?
really.
But this was like when I was 17, so 10 years ago.
Soon.
That
Soon
makes
you'll
no
be able to
sense
go.
because when I went
No,
with
like
my
food,
friend
I'll put it this way, a
But,
bowl of
like-
ramen, especially in, I can't remember if this was Tokyo or, because we went to like the big cities, so that explains a bit.
So Ernest,
Like a bowl like this big of ramen
Ernest,
was 1,300 yen.
are you ready?
10 years ago.
Oh wait, right
that
now?
makes no sense.
No,
because
but I need to prep
everything
it.
was
So
cheap
you
for
have
us.
your.
For you, it was. Because
Presentation?
back then, it was a different story. I went 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, I went in. Oh,
Now the yen is so much smaller.
no,
That's
but
why
I
we're
mean, I
getting
went
so
in
many-
2013, so it was.
Well, 2013
You
was
have
a
a
little better.
USB stick or something like that?
No, because
Or
here's
is
the
it
thing,
on,
2013 and even recently now, the yen has gone down in price. That's why we're getting a lot of master grades, a lot of RGs, and unfortunately a lot of P Bandais. The only time you'll actually see 100% that the yen has gone down enough is when they make a PG or a mega size.
Yeah.
That's when Bandai starts making those big stuff. It's never every single year.
No,
I'm looking at you, looking at something.
They just log in there?
What?
I'm a little bit worried about Eddie.
What happened?
I'll go get it.
No, don't be worried about him.
I'm talking about office, you're speaking. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent the link on Facebook.
You did?
Still, Japan, beautiful country. I want to go back.
It's so clean.
I know that was the first thing. Like my mom, normally I don't know. She said she's not racist towards Asian culture, but I think she is. But like when I showed pictures of when I was in Tokyo, she was just like, "Oh my God, the place is so clean." I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my God, it's nothing like I pictured China to be like." I'm like, "Oh, I went to Japan.
In Japan,
It
it's
was
not
in the
the same
It was
thing.
in the flyers. It was on the freaking plane ticket that you and Dad got for me. It was there, and you still think it's Chinese? Like, oh, what's the difference?
Oh God. Oh God.
So
Even me, I'm just like,
It's already done, I just forgot to post.
which is funny because my nona, who's uneducated, knows the difference between Japan and China.
Japan and China.
But my mother, who has a freaking two university degrees,
Doesn't know the difference between China and
she just doesn't.
Japan.
Most likely, she just doesn't care.
Yeah, probably just doesn't care. It's not important.
Like she says she's not racist, but I'm just like,
Yeah,
not-
come on now.
You are. You think China and Japan are the same thing? You think everyone is Chinese?
Well, I mean, but you see, thinking that two countries are the same is not being racist, it's just being ignorant.
yeah, it's more.
It's not the same thing.
It's not its own meaning.
But
That's
no,
what- that's
she
how I
knows
see
there's
it.
she knows there's such thing as China and Japan. She just calls everything China anyway.
My mom does the same thing. And she does the most insulting thing. When she meets someone Asian, she tries to guess if they're Chinese, Vietnamese, or Japanese. And it's like, Mom, don't do that. Fuck.
It's racist.
Fuck, you
Just ask.
fucking do that.
It's better to just ask.
Yeah, it's
Even though even that is
she
good.
guesses. She tries to guess, man. And I'm like, I wanna just hide.
It's like,
I don't know that woman. She's
if,
crazy.
if anyone asks, I'm adopted.
It's like she goes to the person, yeah, so what kind of follow are you? Like, oh my God.
Okay, that's something my mother would never say.
Oh, but I've heard that before.
It's like,
And I just went,
It's okay, we're not friends anymore.
you can do whatever you want. I don't know the.
Yeah, officer, I swear to God, I don't know this racist person.
I love racism.
no, you don't. Stop that right there. You don't. No, you don't. Ernest, stop. You don't.
Just because Russell Peters was successful doesn't mean you can.
Someone's gonna get hurt real bad.
Someone's gonna get killed very bad.
What are you talking about? The king? Or?
Yeah, but nonetheless, Japan is still freaking expensive.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, the plane tickets and the stay.
The hotels on top of it.
And all the nice stuff. Plus,
Can you lower the volume, please? Thank you. No, like, it is a beautiful country to visit. To live there, it's a different story, even though right now they're actually giving houses for free.
They're giving what?
They're giving houses for free. The reason why is because there's a lot of abandoned houses, and it actually costs more to tear those houses down than it is to renovate them. So that's why they're saying, yeah, you want a house? Take it. Just take it, and if you want to renovate it, we'll pay for it. Yeah, but it's not every single part of Japan. There's certain areas. Because right now they have, I think, 100,000 empty houses, or more than that. It's in the 100,000s.
Yeah, because people are dying.
Not because just people are dying, but because Japan's having an issue problem with an issue with population.
Yeah.
3 girls.
Oh, yeah.
What I mean now, I'm not so sure I want
Because of the way how society
yeah,
is.
It might
Something.
something might happen.
Oh, we need to focus more on our work and making money than we should than trying to make babies and all that stuff, because what's the point?
You live
Having
with
a
me,
life
you'll be
is
fine.
not
I'll be the
important.
player. I'll have my like.
She loves to travel.
That's the. It's just that.
Calm down.
It's not because like they're like, oh, 2D girls are better than 3D girls, not like that. Which is tends to be the
It doesn't have to
main
get
joke for Otaku.
I fixed and you don't reply right away.
But that's
Probably busy.
but in
So
reality,
problem
it's just
myself.
like so that's why they're giving out houses for free.
Like open with her.
Whether you're a foreigner or not, they don't care.
They don't care.
But the thing is, when it comes to Japan, food is expensive. Electricity, water, depending on which part of Japan,
Yeah, me too. I don't want to
it's expensive. And And then when you wonder why people are able to still afford all
Who's
their
giving
hobbies
the
and stuff, it's
presentation?
because they don't spend money on
Ernest.
it. That's the point. You have earthquakes, tsunamis.
At
and
what time?
Yeah.
It's gonna be destroyed anyway. Like, oh, I spent $10,000 making my house look all nice and pretty. Tycoon comes in, he's like, well, you just wasted your
Yo,
cash.
Ernest, when
You
are
gotta
you
use
presenting?
that to, I don't know, get yourself a car.
I'm leaving at 3, so
rebuild your
it has to be
house.
before that.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere else. So that's the main issue. And also because like when the houses are so close together, just like here, like literally demolition is no problem.
Yeah, but there.
But over there, since it's so close to each other, so close, if you try going like the reckless route, you're probably gonna damage the other houses there, and you have to pay for the reparations.
That's, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Exactly. That's why it's more expensive because it takes more time, and you need special tools and requirements to do it. Like even in New York, it's the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, New York is really good.
Because like when they were doing Extreme Makeover Home Edition, like there, like one of the houses was in New York. They're like, okay, well we can't bring in the dope bulldozers and everything because this is New York City.
Cheat a little bit.
So we're gonna have to take the house down bit by bit, and that just took them
don't worry
a day
about
to
it.
do it. That's for demolition normally, which just take
This is a normal thing every year.
not even.
Actually, it was worse in July. July is the worst because like I break my fast at around like 9:15, not at 8. In winter is the easiest. It's like
So it's
6 o'clock or so.
several times a year.
You know, it's like once a year, but it changes. Like it doesn't follow the solar calendar. So that's why you're always pissed.
Not yet.
Yeah. I was expecting where like, don't you tell him I am God. I'm like, what? What just happened to him?
He's too tired. He needs food.
So Peter, if we do like 7 o'clock, we'll be done. I'll probably have time to go home. Well, because I wanted to go and get like maybe like some McDonald's or yeah, but I thought that you wanted to go. Oh, wait, I don't know if we're going to a restaurant though. That's because I heard that we're going to Avengers. Who? They were gonna watch Avengers. Who said we're gonna watch Avengers? I don't know. Like that's what I heard. It was like Ernest says he's gonna watch Avengers.
I'm gonna need that glue again.
Yep.
I literally just applied the most slightest bit of pressure and it snapped.
Wait, actually, I have to.
What if I just, I'll just use the cement.
Yeah, I use the cement. I have the thick one and the thin one, but the thin one it's like uses capillary flow. So this would be I use this most of the time.
Yeah, I'll use that. Looks very murky.
Because there's a lot of some of the dust in there. No, like I use it a lot. This has been like several months I've been using it.
Alright, so I just gotta leave it like that and hold on to it for about 10.
I just hope like I hope the super glue layer doesn't block it. That's the thing. So just leave it to dry and see the strength of it.
Well, I gotta hold on to it because if I let go, it's just gonna fall apart again.
Until it does. So you can
Is that a part that needs that's got torque, that's got to endure pressure or something? Because if it does,
Something this small, I don't think
because super glue is very brittle.
This is the like yeah, that's the only thing like
Oh, it's just
yeah, because that's like just to fill it.
symmetrical. Well, not really. Well, yes and no, because look at the height.
Yeah,
and unless you're going to fill them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill them up actually.
Hey, is there a bathroom?
Yeah.
So
outside.
If you go
Like on the
outside,
right? No, on the left side.
through the kitchen, go past the first corridor, yes, on the second corridor, you see, turn left, there's a washroom right there.
Okay, how do I come back in?
Yeah,
Go
I'm gonna be
through the
filling
front.
it out. I just want
Where's
to
the
know,
key
like,
card?
Overall shape.
Oh. Porter.
Horny?
Overall shape. Yes. This point.
I'll get
right
many
here,
next time.
It's
You will get me next time, slightly lower.
Okay, that's only a matter of like sanding.
the rest looks good. And you're putting something in the middle?
No, I'm gonna be. What I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna have like the booster kind of like sitting inside of here, and then I'm gonna have it like kind of mounted on top of the.
Yeah, but I mean like those two wings, you're going to put them like that, or
It's gonna be separate.
Okay, so if you put them together like that, you see the difference with the structure you might have in the middle.
Yeah.
Like you won't see if I keep them apart like that, to be able to make it yeah, no, that's you might have
Yeah, I'm gonna be like sanding a little bit more on that.
here it's not here, but no, overall it does the same. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's only a matter of just like all of this to go.
Wait, does the origin Zaku have like the guns in the chest?
Those two?
Yeah, those are guns.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that.
The one that's coming out now does have the two
Just use panel.
Gatlings.
Use the panel
Yeah,
in,
sure.
thing, just
I could.
chip a bit of black. That would actually then come out.
It's so small.
Well, you know, you just grab like. I'm not talking about the pen. I'm talking about like the actual paint.
Yeah, yeah.
The actual thing that's in the jar, like the cement there. Drip it right in. Maybe put a little bit of excess after the first bit dries. First, just see how the first one goes. It's up to you. This actually does fucking hurt my eyes. Why did they paint that color?
They were like, hey, like I said before, they had some guy come in. He's like, oh, I have some highlighters for you, Minister Gawaguchi. Oops. And then throws it accidentally throws highlighters inside of the processing, the plastic processing.
He's sticking to his story.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. There was like a video, like there was this tweet on for Meiji Kawaguchi did, or like someone like said, oh thank you Meiji Kawaguchi for coming. Yeah, it's like some weird tweet.
But he didn't show up.
I know he did, but like what he brought, it looked like shit. It's pretty funny.
Probably because he did it really quickly.
Maybe. Like there was a few things though. I don't know if it was even like a kid. Like
A kid that Kawaguchi made.
yeah.
I don't think. Well, the thing is, when he makes something and he makes it as like something that's sellable, it actually, well, he just adds things to it. That's it.
Pretty much. That's what he does. It's like
He doesn't really like redesign the whole thing. Like when it came to the Dynamis arms, all he did was just remove the butt pack and just put in like a crap ton of weapons.
yeah. That's it. I just like. Well, don't tell me I actually like didn't even like it.
Good job. Good job. You had one job to do.
Yeah,
It's
one
not the end
job.
of the world.
Yeah, well, I'll find it. I can find it eventually.
Don't take too much time, dude.
Just, like, whoa. Maybe I get some.
85. What the hell is this?
We just skip. Because I have an extra one.
Well, sorry, shit.
Mine looks exactly like this. I missed.
Let's see if I can find it. Magic.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work.
Does it work?
No, even when I put in here's the worst part. After I put the glue, it wasn't able to fit in there.
It might have gone to the actual. Oh no, there was a small amount of glue. It might be the glue layer that's actually like holding it. The only thing.
Yeah, if I were to glue the living crap out of this thing.
Oh, you can see.
If I would have glued the living crap out of that thing, I don't know, maybe it would work, maybe it wouldn't. I gotta carry this thing back home afterwards. Don't want to keep my bag in a state where it's,
I think this would have benefited unless you want to glue it as well a little bit.
That's what I was
here.
thinking.
Yeah. Because I think the glue layers keep like making a little barrier.
Worst case, I could just make it like freaking,
Yeah, battle damage.
something like that.
When in doubt, battle damage.
Yeah. Well, then again, I'm mostly just building my grades because of some of the parts that are there.
So I'll try something here just before.
And like what I was thinking, because the grades I have, what I was going to be doing is, I said it would be.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to because there's a few pieces of like the actual like not glue layer.
Okay, no, it's true. Let's see what shit.
Because I think it might be just the glue layer itself.
Yeah, let's find it. You know, let's
Yeah.
let's give it a shot. Yeah, where's the, this is thick or thin?
Oh, that's the thick one.
Where's the thick?
The thick one is on the next to it. Yeah, I think you know what's gonna happen? It won't make a difference. The glue layer is on it's like simultaneous. Raise it a little bit. The glue, like that's what it is. It's the glue. It's like it's kind of like pushing on the piece, and it's making a barrier for the actual cement. So that's why I was like trying to find a place where it might be able to stick in place.
Yeah, besides, I'm just building it for parts and all that. I didn't recognize it when I hoarded trees and everything.
If you want to use anything here,
No. Because I already have like Gray's design and the Gray's High, the Rio Seco.
oh yeah, the view cycle.
Yeah, so I was just like, well, I got these other two Grays that I got off of someone, so I might as well like try to like make an amalgamation. I already have, I don't really need the chest piece, but worst thing is just take all the other pieces of the Grays and just sell them.
Which piece is this one though?
Like the chest.
Oh, that's the chest. Okay.
Yeah, it's like where the cockpit, cover of the cockpit.
Okay.
Joanna, what you customize it for the Grays?
I'm just adding parts to it. This is, magic.
That should work because it's not glued to the chest now.
Yeah.
Which in a way like it's actually really good.
Just gonna put it on the sides of it, yeah.
Is that a jet, fighter jet model? One of them only like different colors. Unfortunately, I still need to paint the cockpit first.
Oh, I took one of the Otakuthon 2019 postcards.
Okay.
It takes going, wait, I already got my,
Pre-reg is
I think it's already out.
Yeah, it's already out.
Yeah, I already did my
I already
So,
got it, I
presentation.
forgot
yeah,
that.
but the thing is that if you're helping Montreal, if you're helping with one of the twisted staff divisions,
I'm not doing,
tell me which one of them.
I'm not
You do
doing-
not need to register yet.
yeah, I'm not doing that, for Otakuthon, only for Anime North. Because Anime North, people
Otakuthon would still do the bus thing, I would have gone with them, but instead I'm going with Montreal this time, and I'm driving, and might as well help out. And I'm getting a room and stuff.
Yeah, lucky you guys. No, okay, so the problem with the reason why we don't do the bus this year is because we screwed you guys had to do a script our hotel booking.
Oh, they screwed up the hotel for everyone this time, actually. They actually put it on the note. They said, yeah, we made a mistake with the hotels and everything. There's a huge mess, and we're trying to fix it.
Peter,
I didn't fix it.
I already did my
They're trying to.
registration for this year's
So far, Temple Montreal has no problem.
Okay, well, that's at least.
You're still doing
You
it?
guys are a little
So
helpful.
far.
So far.
Yeah, but what's wrong?
No, I like you could just like when you start paying and you're paying.
You can pay. I think it's this week. You can pay next week at the office here.
Next week?
Next week here.
Or what about like Sci-Fi for example?
Southwide would not accept anything. Because Lou's not there anymore. Well, Lou's not there permanently, and so because he's not there permanently, he cannot accept anything. So he already declined this one.
Oh,
Really? You snapped it?
Like, I snapped when I was trying to cut it off the street.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I know.
Oh, good, yes.
I'm trying to fill up all the spaces. Make sure that actually.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Like, it evaporates, like, really slowly. Like, sometimes I've had this for some time.
Yeah, but this is not evaporating. This is me actually using it. That's what I do.
Oh, you're going to hunt on it.
No, I'm gluing the part back to it because I ended up snapping it right really fast. I was trying to cut it off the tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was fragile. Like, that
Yeah,
piece.
because the other two braces I built, not a single lift.
Yeah, and even like the brace that I built was like nothing. There wasn't any problems with it, and now it's like all of a sudden something broke.
Yeah, you told me I could use paperclip to fix like a snapped part or something. with the
Yeah,
Mac.
what I did was I have like these pins, but like this.
Oh.
You could find the thinner ones, but you could use paper clips.
Yeah.
The only thing is, well, it's gonna like you have to drill the right hole size. So
Yeah.
you need a drill bit.
Is it 0.5 millimeter or something? My math is horrible.
That what this one?
No, but like a paperclip.
Paper clip. You could check on the online like how thick is how thin is a paper clip.
Because Nate was telling me it has to be like robust, like hard, but
Something like this. Like this is like fairly hard, but you'll need like some sort of pliers to.
like regular wire cutters.
Yeah, wire cutters. But I don't know if it's gonna damage it. So potentially, if you get like a paper clip, get some pliers and just test them and see if there's any damage. Because I did it on one of my other nippers.
Yeah.
But it was a whole business, so I just used it and just tested. Sometimes it'll.
So I gotta just use a regular cutter instead of paperclip.
Yeah. Oh well, no. Use pliers, wire cutters. Just do it safe side.
Pliers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what I would do. Like I haven't had any issues so far.
Because the thing I told you the other day, because I built an RX-78 Gundam, like the back of the legs here, the this part here like started to stretch on and like broke off.
Yeah.
It's like for example, like this one at the back is
Like which part?
it's like you see this when you
Like the back of the pack.
yeah the gray frame part.
Okay, so that's like you broke that part. Though.
No, it was the RX-78 revived.
Oh, the RX-78.
Don't
If you use like certain glue like this, maybe super glue might work. Because depending on which.
I tried the
glue,
Mr. Cement SB. It worked, but it's just
It's brittle.
yeah, it's
Or, like,
temporary.
It's still like like what I would do is use like this sort of glue, like for certain parts.
And I replaced the circle part of the RX-78 to revive with the MSG part from Kotobukiya. Because
Yeah.
I misplaced one of the little thingies. You know those little circle thing in the With the,
Yeah, like the little like magnet where the magnet coating is.
like the circular, like between the
Yeah,
legs.
the joint part. Oh, those are the nice pieces. I like those pieces. But like, you know, sometimes it's really difficult to get it.
Because I just figured, like, what's the point of buying another kit where you can actually buy something like but something similar. So basically what I did, I used one of those MSG kit that looked like the circle thingies.
Airfix does like a lot of stuff, nice stuff to me.
It's just for you, like it's just circular with a line.
Yeah, it's like that little part.
Yeah, I use a MSG for it because I found the right size for it, and then glue them on.
Yeah. Maybe I could find it. I found it. I didn't even. Okay.
What's that?
Oh, this is one amazing Kawaguchi's.
Hey, that's some Victory Gundam.
Yeah, it's like, but
What victory go?
this is weird.
Solidia.
I don't know what to say about that.
It looked like from the Victory Gundam. It's Solidia.
This is Lydia, yeah, but look at the chest spread first.
It's not even. It's a victory.
It's a sticker.
It
Like,
looks like a sticker.
Okay, I got the kids.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, the gun.
What happened? Did you misplace it?
No, they give it to someone else and I got it back. Woohoo! Okay, that's what happened today.
but this is modeled by Asian Kawaguchi, and it looks.
It looks cool, but this, yeah, it doesn't look.
It looks weird. And it's
Yeah.
like the, I don't know, like I can't really talk. I can't finish the punches. That's what.
Yeah, as sorry. Some of us actually won trophies.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay. So
Are any of them by any chance Fuminos?
what?
Are any of the stuff in there by any chance Fuminos?
No.
Also, I left McDonald's tags for you.
So we have more.
Star Wars.
Okay, so this must be Lou's. A Blockade Runner and a Millennium Falcon. Okay.
That's definitely Lou's.
So we have.
Oh, you could get one of those and maybe be able to.
Okay, so.
Actually, if I already did use MSG
now-
with a part of the
So now available for everyone
Okay, so then you.
Like I said,
is.
Yeah.
it was just
Paper,
you know the circle
make sure to
thingies.
show it to
Grading
all
Oh,
the
right,
chats.
those like little like.
It's like the you know the no sign.
Yeah, like that little no sign thing.
Yeah.
It's
That's all I
weird,
was
like it's
asking
the
for.
joint part. So you were able to get one from like the MSG place.
Yeah, they were added cuts. The sign was perfect.
Yeah, that's good though. At least you know, like this is the cool part about like different parts, like getting parts and everything.
Fortunately, Ernie was kind enough to give me another RX-70 to revise so I could
I meant like you
customize
just
it.
show it in front of the.
I bought it as a gym, so I wanted to make it look something like this.
So, like, it's
GBH
there.
Hello everyone.
Gundam.
So our care package for today's event has arrived. It was at someone's office and it was actually a little bit hard to find. So currently right now in the office, what was available for everyone who want to purchase and want to build their own. So starting off with two RX-72 Gundams. One of them has already been shotgunned by Lou, so sorry Lou. That's all gone. We have one Star Wars Runner Blockade and also a Millennium Falcon version. Now the club is now available to have sign grade paper for design. So there are the 50 grade. So this 600 grade, 240, 1000, and 800 grade is. Oh, and one more. The 400 grade. These are all available for anyone who wants to use it. So we'll find a way to probably cut them and then use it and then wonder how to use it. In per request, we have standard Gundam markers, one for the Gundam colors and one for the Zaku colors. And now I see another more packages are coming up, so let me put it aside. So, no, there was. Alright. So, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more RX-782. So that means Lou will be happy. He'll still have something left for him.
I would like to buy one up for you.
That will be on some watch. Alright. Unfortunately, I do not know what Lou wants, So for the last four items, we'll see what you will say. If it's for the group for next week, then we'll leave it for next week. But until then it won't. All right. So in addition to the package, we have a Ultraman, 1/2 type rare model.
Really nice.
That's probably going to be for, let's say, if it's for next week, or if it's actually for Luke for when he wants to do a project. We have Vegeta in his same blue form. We also have another Kamen Rider build. I unfortunately do not know the series, so someone's going to have to shoot me.
Kamen Rider.
I'm sorry! And we have a Goku in the same blue form.
Build.
Yeah.
Kamen Rider build.
And as per request, this was given to me, but I am sharing this to everyone. Please don't steal it, because it's for everyone.
No promises.
We can't guarantee it.
Really? You cannot guarantee it? Okay, I need an exacto. Okay, someone get my exacto from the table.
You're talking to an Italian here.
Thank you. No, never mind.
Because you're Italian, you steal stuff.
I'm being stereotypical.
Not saying Leonardo is stereotypical. I mean, like,
Alright,
stereotypical
so
Italian stereotypical.
Plamon has given a sort of a very specified color collection set for all the Gundam markers.
Oh, yeah.
So this is this is a full collection set. I'm not planning to keep this for myself. I'm planning to share this to everyone. So anyone who needs to model and marketing wise rather than using stickers, this will be available in that drawer shelf right now.
Just remember to
So
bring
this
it
is
back.
for everyone to use it.
Wow.
Yeah, the exact same one.
Yeah.
So I will share this to everyone. So anyone wants to grab a marker for
I am
using
so
it.
stealing that.
Really? And then Hansi is the first one to take it away from my
Can I
hands.
just keep the
Yeah, I
box?
thought He's not even running away.
I know, he's just walking away. So again,
Doesn't
Gundam markers
see
are
it.
available for everyone. So if you need it, grab the color that you need, mark it what you need, and bring it back, please. Since now markers are now available, that means I need to buy stands so that when you mark it, you can rewind space. So that's pretty much it. So going back to this, so again, special thanks to Palmite for giving us this tools that we can use for the group right now here. Thank you for the support for the tool models so that we can teach people how to build models and also to perfect their advanced skills. And in a few moments or sometime soon, Ernest will be showing a presentation on how to do panel lighting. And
In 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
In 10
So
minutes.
Ernest is like laughing. He's like, I'm gonna show them the wrong way. I'm like,
There is the right way and then there's the earnest way.
yeah, there's the Ernest's way.
Wait, but even faster.
No, it's just the
It's going to show an incomplete model and complete
Yeah.
it. That's how you do it. Next.
Okay. So,
You want 5 dollars?
5 or more, preferably 5 or more.
5 and this plus
Yeah. So how do you want it back to change?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay. Well, I'll do
Actually 14.50.
Wow, he's being very specific now. Okay, so I'll give you 14.50. Well, here's the thing.
Wait, it's 14.50. Then
I'm
you're
showing
only
it,
paying
and then
$5.
if it is for
I thought the minimum was $1.
Keep it here. I'm not
That means he owes you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, it's not 14.50.
So, I'm gonna
Yeah, Peter, you just own 14.
Not 14.50.
14?
Because the minimum is supposed to be $1 for the smaller ones, right?
Yeah, small one.
Okay, well he was saying 14.50, which means he was paying you $5.50.
Well, $1.50 for the kit. The H
Then
kit.
that means he would owe you
Well, I
13.
think they're very specific.
Yeah,
Very, very
much.
low.
Yeah,
It does not work on this.
So I will
No, yeah,
leave
not
it a
this
quarter.
It doesn't stick on the pudding.
Yeah, it doesn't stick. So what I'll do, I'm gonna put like a template on top of this,
Okay.
so that it should be like a stick. Yeah.
Because I know that
I don't know why it
it's
was.
like
I thought it was like good buddy. I thought it was like just a color. I didn't know it was.
There's a reason why you were selling
Yeah.
it.
You want to use it for figurines, like to make like figure busts, like sculpting and stuff like.
It's a good sculpture. Say small, like the sculpture on the bottom. Good job. See what you like.
I'm gonna try and look for something. I'm gonna make like
So
a.
if you do 10 now, I'll give you 5 out.
Or
No problem.
so I can do that actually.
They ran out of change.
See all the countries like that, man.
Yeah. That's the way you like it, boy.
Yeah, you already did the freedom. All you need to do is panel line it.
Yeah, but that won't be fine.
And paint it. All you need is to stick a part on.
I will paint everything.
Stickers are
What are you
evil.
doing, kiddo?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to like.
So like,
I found out a few things. Like,
Put
we're
it
gonna be like
in
mounting on here. The actually, it's gonna be this one. I'm gonna mount this on top like that.
Okay.
So then, once it's all good, I should be able to put it like that. The only problem,
And that's going to be the backpack, or
it's gonna be like a sort of backpack thing.
okay.
The only thing is like you gotta try to figure out how
On
to
this character.
on her. It's gonna be like a separate flyer sort of thing.
Okay.
So it's gonna go like this. I'm gonna try and like mount it like that. And it goes in like this. I like that, like the profile.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's good. The only thing is how to keep everything on and keep everything like
Yeah.
because here
Yeah, and you gotta.
this
Yeah.
this is perfect. Like, but the only thing is it doesn't transform, so I can't like move it and do that. This I need to fix. But what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to do the same
Peter,
thing that I cut here.
For stuff like that, you know, but are you good at painting?
Painting?
Yeah. Are you a good painter?
Not airbrush, no. Sean is the best painter.
He's good at customizing and modding. Painting.
Well, usually,
I've never seen a painting built on it.
Because I didn't do anything.
Okay, you see? Okay, there's a reason why.
maybe you're actually very good at you don't know. It's possible.
That's a subjective thing there.
Me personally, I love building like you're doing, but I'm not that good. But I paint real well, so I save my shit on that. Because if you look closely, it's really close. You'll see that I'm not a very good builder. But it's the paint job that's it. A good paint job can save a shitty build.
Yeah.
But a shitty paint job can fuck up a really good build.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, you know.
Which is why I'm like,
That's why I'm so mean to build master grades.
honestly, man, masterpiece.
I've built
Oh, I almost
mais j'ai
fit.
pas pris sur master grade encore.
Yeah,
I've
but
never
master,
picked the master.
master grades, the way I think they were thought was don't paint the skeleton. Don't fucking paint the skeleton.
Yeah,
It
because
was.
you're
It
gonna
was.
be moving it
It-
anyways.
it's gonna. So the exterior is the panels are most important. But I think that it was thought as don't paint the skeleton.
Yeah.
Or minimally painted, you know, with some touches here and there.
Because like
That's
the
it.
parts that are gonna be exposed, you want to like make
Yeah.
sure. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So, and a lot of the earlier master grades have those fucking ABS skeletons that are impossible to paint. Yeah.
This is like
It's cool, isn't it?
I know, it's right. So right now I need to reorganize. So first, I'm trying to organize this so that I know what to do. Okay, we're good.
okay. So here there's like a little bit of a. I'm gonna be sanding this anyways.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. 'Cause here I'm going to. Now I have this cross piece that goes through it. I have like one of those little like dynamo tape. It's not even dynamo tape. It's like it's shitty brother. It's not the right one. It's not as thick. It's not extra thick, you know.
Next time we'll try to remember to bring you just a tape. There's something that in medical research, in oncological research,
What the fuck was that?
they actually put tape on bowels and stuff like that that goes into -80 minus 180. Yeah, there's a kind of tape. It's not plastic, but it's not paper.
It's like a.
And it sticks on plastic, and it makes very ultra thin patterns. And when you paint over them, it's like a sheet of plastic that it actually tape.
And you could do
And
some.
yes, it's fucking.
What is it called?
Oh, it's just thin. I mean, it's just they sell that like and it glues on everything. It's really, and it's pressure sensitive, so you can actually go on it and it really sticks.
Oh, like we have actually like
It
protects everything.
really sticks, and you can do all kinds of shit with that.
If you can give me information on it, then
I'll bring stuff to you.
If you can.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, and you got white, red, think of it.
It's oncology. They always have like all these different
Yeah, all
colors. and everything.
this really fucking cool stuff. The material in the lab is a model is green.
That's what I see every time. Every time I'm in the hospital and I'm doing my stage, I'm like, hey, look, some syringes, some needles. Like,
Is your spot
what's gonna
available?
happen? They're gonna be like, why are you just like,
Someone said
why do you have a bunch of like, are you doing drugs or something? Like, no,
No,
something else.
I'm just using.
No, it's a good thing. That's all I care
Oh,
about.
like medical
It's a good thing.
tape. I have like a crap ton of medical tape.
Ernest,
Yes.
Oh my
where do you
God,
think
no,
she
don't
needs to
get it.
sit?
There.
Okay.
Something about the.
Okay, I'm gonna put her there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Okay. Has anyone built an ashtray gold frame before?
I have the high
Something-
grade version.
Something about like nipping and then how to like cover the.
No, it's because once you build the front,
Yeah.
you cannot open the arch anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I see that on a Gundam.
That's a new thing.
So much fucked up in Japan.
Must be a troubleshooting thing.
Like, you see this plus like this? Yeah. You cannot open the arch anymore. So maybe we will
Je pense qu'il y a comme deux parties. C'est comme. I think it's supposed to be like one part is supposed to come down, and then the other one.
Yeah, but when you look at the second part, it's tout en attaque.
Je pense que ça doit glisser un petit peu.
Ah, mais
Oh wait, hold on. Where's he right now? What? What happens if they're
you
downstairs?
just have to remove it if you want to open it.
There's a part in
Yeah.
the manual that shows like gimmicks and everything. Yeah.
Guess who?
Oh wait, there's like.
Mr. Troublemaker.
Oh, I think you're supposed to like.
I just found out today, okay? So it's not my fucking fault.
No, I'm just
Like
wondering,
the,
like, who the
this
fuck did this?
entire part, you should go a little bit up.
I did not intentionally do that. I swear to God.
This is
I know. That's why I asked if she's gonna get this spot there. And the other thing is, I do not know if this is true, but the Victor's nephew has to good card. I just learned it last night. Like I literally learned this last night. Alright, so that's why I'm like, well, there's nothing that he can do. It's the driver's in here.
Ernest, you're up. Let's go.
Ernest, you. I wonder why. I wonder why. I swear to God, if you don't do this, I swear to God, you screw this up, I'll kick your ass. Don't laugh. No, swear to God, don't
Keep
laugh.
it PG.
Rated PG, guys.
Oh my God.
PG-13.
I can't believe I'm doing this with him. Jesus Christ.
No, that's like one part. I don't know what to say.
Like, you know what? I give up at this point.
You know what? I just hope they don't cross each other downstairs.
Yeah. Yo, you're the one who created this chaos. It's not my fault.
I know.
Don't laugh. I swear. If he punches a hole in this damn office, you're paying for it.
No, he's paying for it.
I know how to fix them, but don't count on me.
Don't count.
Once he's finished his house.
Like, I'm not doing anything anymore. Hey, can you fix my house? No. I can break it,
No.
but I will not fix it.
Ernest, what have you done?
What?
What have you done?
He did something very idiotically. That's the reason why I said, if there's a spot right next to that, let her take it.
Oh my God, there's a woman involved?
Yes. No.
Oh, shit.
No. It's not a woman. It's a child.
Ernest, what?
I'm
Ernest,
just
what have you
inviting
done?
You're gonna hear,
No,
you're gonna hear
it's
Bollywood music.
okay, let's make this clear, guys. It's a public event.
Uh-huh.
Victor doesn't have a Facebook. He doesn't know about the event at all. I invited him, and this other person clicked going, and he doesn't have any idea that that person's coming. Yeah, he doesn't have any idea that the person's coming, so it's not my fault, right?
Oh man.
Wait, should we start?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You should because it's 2 o'clock.
I have
You
things to do. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, but it's not gonna take like 30 minutes.
Like how long? 15?
Yeah, it's pretty short.
It's very short.
Yeah, as short as.
Might as well start if you have to.
Do it, because I'm here.
Oh, you're here? Wait, how do we?
But no, I'm in the other room. Yes, of course I'm here.
Okay.
You're in control. Shush.
Oh, I'm in control now.
Yes.
I have the
Cool.
power now.
So let's start by introducing myself. Maybe some people don't know me. I'm Ernest. I've been in the community for quite some time behind the scenes. Just behind the scenes.
Just behind the scenes.
Wise ass.
And I've been building for maybe more than 20 years. But it doesn't mean that I'm great. It's just I built a lot, but I'm not great.
Humble brag. Humble brag.
Humble brag, no.
Humble brag.
I'm not great. So I'm going to present to you guys simple, effective panel lighting. What is panel lighting, guys?
Wait, if you're not that great, then why should we listen to it?
Yeah, because I've been volunteered.
I'm just, I'm just trying to be funny.
Yeah. I'm trying to be funny too. So, do you guys have an idea what panel lighting is?
No.
No, no
No?
idea.
Shadows and stuff.
GBWC winner doesn't know.
That is not okay.
Why? What's not okay?
Yeah. So
What do you
let's
do on this
make a
spot?
very quick introduction on what panel lighting is. Okay. We have a base model that comes out of the box, and you can see there's a bunch of lights in there that are just in the standard colors, and you are a type of person who is full of laziness. You might be those one type. You might have painting restrictions in your house or in your apartment, which I'm part of them, because when the landlord smells paint, it's just go up and tell me off. So I'm one of those people. And you are a cheap person who doesn't want to paint, or you spare $5 for an extra piece of pen for your hobby. It doesn't matter, as long as you have one goal in mind. You want some extra detail onto your base model kit, which are the lines that you see on the
Yeah, go ahead and take one.
Yeah, for example, in his runner, there are some gaps that are present. Maybe you could look at yours. There are gaps in there. And by doing pattern lining and getting that extra detail for cheap, you get a better looking base model. So what did I put next in there? Yeah, so we have some basic things for cheap as well, less than $10, less than $5 actually. We have panel line markers, which is very good for people who are new to the hobby because it acts like as a pen. So you have, let's say, I guess, more control, and it's much more familiar than anything else because you've always been using this, unless we never knew how to write. Which, I'm sorry, guys. Then we have the fancy ones, which are enamel paints that are in these bottles, or you can make them yourselves. They come at a bit of a premium, like double the price for that, but if you're someone who wants to have a much cleaner line in a sense, then you should do the pre-made ones, or you can make one yourself.
Or it's for the lines that cannot be reached by the
By the
pens.
pen.
Pens, even though they have fine points, they're still going to be really hard to reach in some crevices.
Yeah, good point. So, we go to the markers. Like I said, it's very cheap. They're very easy to use because we're familiar with it. And it's also easy to clean up. It doesn't mean that the other thing is not easy to clean up. It's just that this one, I'm going to show you later that they're basically the same. Except that the other one flows better. It's just much cleaner in general. So, this is one of my RX-78 legs that, disclaimer, I only have RX-78s. So my example is always going to be RX-78. So we see here that this is just plain white, but you can see, like the point I'm talking to you guys about, that there are lines here that are a bit recessed.
There's someone at the door.
Okay, pause time.
All time.
She's not here yet. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Adam before I continue. Yeah, so what I said before is like there are recesses that we could add more details in order to show the separation between. So what we could do with that to make them pop up is what people say is to pop up the detail, is to use a marker. So what I do is just lazily scratch onto everything, write on it, like an outline. So don't worry, it looks messy, right? It doesn't look like something that's you should do with flow model, but for me, this is how I did it. Because maybe one, your marker has a very big tip. For me, I use the real touch markers. Even the small ones might have some overflow, so that's okay, guys. It's okay to have some overflow because we're going to use a Q-tip to try to, after letting it sit down for maybe a few seconds, I do it in a minute just to make it a bit more drier. We're gonna use friction that is outside because the insides are already filled with ink. So we only need to like scratch up the surface with a Q-tip so we can wipe it off. And after wiping it off, now you can see that there are still some spaces that need to be cleaned, but it's just me being lazy again. So if you rub it a bit more, then it's gonna pop up the detail. Now you can see the part much better here.
And just out of curiosity, the access, like the access that you have cleaned up to make it look detailed. How do we clean off to make it
Like
proper,
very clean?
just to like very clean wise, concept wise?
Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. For now, I only use friction in order to remove the excesses,
Mhm.
but if you let it cure a bit, because this is still a kind of paint, let it cure for maybe like an hour, maybe 30 minutes. You can just grab, for this instance, it's an acrylic based marker, so you use just plain alcohol. But make sure that your Q-tip is not like totally soaked in alcohol. You must try to wring it out and then rub it over much carefully so that it doesn't go inside, because once it goes inside again, it's going to react and wash off paint. So that's the very crucial part, is to let it dry and then use alcohol for this one, the markers, because the other one is going to be an enamel, but this is the before and after. Look, RX-78 leg looks not that great. You don't see anything, it's just plain white with some accents. You can see the crevices, but it's just plain. But now you can see the definitions, you can see the separations between the panels. So that's what kind of lighting does to your kit. And another type of it is the enamel one. So like I said before, you can buy these ones for cheap, but if you are one of those people who tries to make a panel line using a different color, then this is black, but you can use any other color. Normal enamel paint plus any a thinner for enamel paint. Usually some people use ladder fluid.
You
but
can use acrylic as well. Acrylic paint.
yeah, you could use it, but it's much better to just use this for the flow.
So wait, so when he says to use acrylic paint, what would be the downside of using it? Would it be like a larger stain? It's harder to.
Oh, there's really
There's no negative.
negatives about it. It's just that some paints might react differently when mixed with other types, especially in the hobby industry. Sometimes they have different formulas, and when you mix them, the whole thing just starts to bubble up. We'll never know. So it's better to just stick to the same brand and same type of paint, so that you're 100% sure that there wouldn't be any difficulties for you. But if you're an adventurous person, go ahead, try mixing things up. That's part of the hobby.
Yeah, it's because normally what you would do is use a paint thinner and use a bit of paint. What you do is you first take a bit of paint, put it in like a little bowl or something, like a small painting bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in there, and then you take a bit of paint thinner, acrylic paint thinner, since we're using acrylic paint, and you just like stir it up a bit until it's like a fine, a proper, something similar to.
Yeah, you mix it until it's like water and it's easy to flow.
Yeah, but not
This
too,
one is enamels. You
but
can
not
do it in
too-
acrylics.
But obviously not too watery, or else the color will not be there. It will just evaporate like that.
Yeah.
So that's why it has to be like a proper balance between the two. If it's too thick, add a little more thinner. If it's too thin, you add a little more paint.
Yeah, it's going to always to be at your own discretion on like how thin the paint's gonna be, because you'll never know if the paint from the factory is too thick. So it's up to you to know and to try if it's going to flow through your piece real nicely. For example, here, I'm gonna tell you in a bit how it's done. So again, I have this panel line accent color here. So when you go inside, if you open it, there's going to be a small brush, which is going to be this tip. So you need to shake it properly because the pigments are going to be at the bottom if you don't use it for a while. Just a precaution. Always shake your paints. Always mix them properly. So you grab it. When you see the piece, you try to tap on the piece on the side here. So what happens there? See, I tap the sides here. Sometimes it doesn't flow that well, but if you tap, it's going to have a capillary reaction where the paint is going to the inside.
Otakuthon office here speaking.
Yeah, so for this part, I did it 3 times, just because I felt like my paint was too thin. So I need more color when I erase it, or when I clean it up. So after cleaning it up with a Q-tip again, it's the same process as the other one. It's just that it looks like it's much cleaner. Maybe because I use gray, it looks like a bit more subtle than the other one. But for me, this looks much uniform because of the capillary reaction, where the paint levels. Once you
Can't you do the same thing with like acrylic paints, or that's different?
Oh yeah, you can do the same. It's just that
They're both liquids at this point, so.
Alright, so
yeah.
It's just that one I think will appear a little more flat than the other. I'm not 100% certain because I've always used acrylic paint rather than enamel.
okay.
And yeah, so I really don't know. But
Oh, you probably use a flat base, flat paint. So, oh hello. Hi.
Let's see.
Just take your seat.
But even for like pieces, you know, like those like little dips, like you know, on top and everything.
Yeah, and this one's.
Yeah, like those ones. Like
Yeah.
when you put them like in the panel, like you know the enamel line, and then you try and go over it, you just go lightly on top so that it doesn't like try and cover the whole thing, or
Yeah. The goal is you have two choices here. You could tap it and have the paint go all over. But for me, it's more of I still want the white parts, but there's going to be a small shadowy effect on the side because it's just for me. But some people really like to fill in the gaps with paint. That's fine too, but you'll have to wait a bit more.
Right.
Because once you pass, okay, let's big Q-tip here. Once you start passing it through, then it's gonna rub onto the inside,
Right.
and it's going to make it look very, very bad, very bad. So if that's what you need to do, you need to wait for the paint to dry, and then you have to use your thinner again in order to like put thinner, squeeze, and then try to lightly go over or on the side. Just try to prevent touching that part, because once this touches with the thinner, it's gonna try to scrape off the paint and it's gonna look like this.
Yeah, so
Let's see.
Yeah, so I made a comparison, one where you fill it up. Now it's a bit clean. It's only one pass. And because it's more liquidy than my marker, then it's easier to wipe off. This one, I didn't try to let it dry. I just used my Q-tip and run over it, and this is what happened. It's like nothing. But this one, I let it dry a bit, and you can see that it's more grayed. It's more grayed out. So it really depends on what you want as an effect, but I like this one better because it makes your piece more defined. Now, we're gonna compare. That's my chair. Yeah, we're gonna compare the one without a panel line and with a panel line. But okay, this one
Wow.
is one of our ARC 78s. You can see that there are panel lines everywhere.
and that is not painted at all.
That's not painted at all. That's just me being lazy, as usual, and using the power of panel lighting.
The chest
It's
is not
stickers.
painted?
It's stickers.
Yeah,
It's not water
always
slides.
stickers, it makes like a really nice.
You might see some of the lines from the stickers here, but I only use panel lines, and this is what happened. Just did the lazy method of, I used the Tamiya one, and I just dip it, let it rest a bit, then use the Q-tip. I never try to clean it. You can see it here. I never tried to clean it up.
Because it gives off like the illusion of like color separation.
Yeah, it gives you an illusion of part separation or color separation. But if you look at the other one, which is, this is a 3.0, and this is an origin version. Now it looks very plain, like what you get when you just built the
Hello,
kit.
we'll talk about office. Yep.
So, yeah, now you can see the difference between on a panel line kit for less than $10, maybe less than $10, and a non-panel line kit, which is just from the plain old box after you finish. So for very cheap,
Are you
and
using
very
different
lazily.
colors of panel markers on that the previous kit, or is it all black?
it's all black. Actually, I used the gray one in this one, I think, or black. I forgot what they gave me as a tool. It's been like a few years. since I got it. But yeah, I use black in this for sure. All you need to do is be very subtle about it. And sometimes you could fill the gaps or not. It depends on what you want. Because some kits are very busy. There's a bunch of panel lines, and you can just choose which ones you want. Because it's like stickers. You can put some that you like. You can put some that you don't. It just depends on how much clutter you want in your kit. But this one, I decided to put everything. That's why it looks very cluttered. Stickers everywhere, panel lines everywhere. But for me, I guess it still looks okay compared to plain and boring. It still looks good, but you can still improve it for very cheap. So I think, do you guys have any questions about panel lines or paints or
What about scribing?
scribing? That's gonna be in another time.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
If you're top coating your kit, what's the order? Do you,
Oh, okay. This is a very good question because
and assuming that you're painting and top coating your kit.
okay, first layer after painting, you put a gloss coat. Because if you put a rough coat, okay, let's make a comparison using boxes here. Let's say a gloss coat. When you use the enamel bottle, if you use a gloss coat and you do this, it's going to flow all around, which is nice, around the line. But if you have a flat coat, the things are jagged. The surface is jagged, so once you drop it in, it's going to spread everywhere. So it's really good to use gloss coat before you do panel line. So base paint, gloss coat, panel line, then you can try to cover it up again if you want matte, because you're already done with the panel lining. You can choose to be glossy, you can choose to be using matte, and you can use stickers, whatever you want, but make sure that you're always on a glossy surface, even with the pen, because it's still ink that dries down and spreads. So it's way better to use gloss coat first before anything else about panel lining. Yeah, so I guess, do you have any questions? Yep.
How do you know what panel line color you want? Like,
Mostly,
Like when the time to use brown,
Black,
when
yeah,
the time
brown.
to use
There's
black,
like I saw
when
like
the time
a lot
to
of
use
colors.
oh, those ones. Well, it really depends on you, because some on the websites, if you look at the internet, they say that, hey, if you have a red color or orange part, yellow part, you should use red or brown. But me, I just use gray all over. Unless it's a gray suit, then it doesn't make sense to put gray panel line on it.
Lighter
Right?
colors.
You just have to make dark. If it's a dark color, I suggest don't do it, because it's gonna look ridiculous in my opinion. For example, a black part, then you make a white panel line specifically for it, and put it there. I don't think that's logical at all, right? But some people actually do it for effects. So-
Even adding like to that, you know, like making, he mentioned like also making your own enamel thinner and everything. Some people use enamel red to make like red panel lines, so like it gives like you know, gives you an idea of like what you can do with
more
it.
detail.
Pretty much, but like
They usually do that for the RXO.
yeah, like something with the RXO or something like that.
Mm,
But
yeah.
but it all depends on you though.
Yeah, you should experiment. If you're into panel lining, basic one is always black or gray or brown. If you're into more custom things, you're just free to explore. I tried using white on black. I didn't like it, but maybe some other people would love
Just
it.
a little thing, the the Gundam pens, the
Yeah.
brown ones, if you put it on plastic or anything, after a few years, it turns like orange instead of brown. That happened to me.
Oh, it's probably because
often.
of the UV rays as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it turns ugly. I mean, it's really not nice. So, but gray, that does not happen with gray or anything else. So brown is, be careful with brown.
Be careful with brown.
Be careful with the
Be careful with brown, okay.
Yeah.
Be careful with
That's
the brown.
That's a
Which
good.
is supposed to mean.
And
No,
avoid-
I'm proud too.
Avoid the sun at all costs.
Yes.
Yeah, or
Exactly.
you could.
All your kits are
Light.
vampires.
But
That's
there
like-
is a
that's like
product now from Mr. Hobby, right? Like
Yeah,
the
but-
UV cut.
Yeah,
It's just gonna cut it, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna protect it completely. So
Oh, okay.
So watch out for that,
Yeah.
that color, for the pen.
well, that's
Just watch
it
out
for
for the
now.
sun.
Well, I hope you guys learned something. If there are no more questions, or if there are any more questions, I'm just going to be sitting over
There.
there.
The person who's not supposed to be sitting there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So yeah,
He's sitting there.
I know.
guys, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ernie.
I have more questions
Alright,
coming.
so that's the presentation from Ernest. Thank you. So just want to let you guys know that I will be leaving our computer on when we're leaving, so you guys can give me a suggestion of what you guys want to see in the next presentation. In case you guys don't know, the date for next meet is June 29th. So the next meet is on June 29th. I probably should leave myself in computer-wise. And so if you guys have any suggestion of what you guys want to see for the next meet, a diorama, how to build one, I'm assuming, or how to do the painting lines for replies, I don't know. Any suggestion is always welcome. Feedback is always important for us, so we know how to improve so that we have more people like you guys to come down and have fun. I will be switching a little bit, so that's what's going to happen. Is there any questions you guys want to ask?
I guess the meets, there ain't gonna be any meets for like July and August.
Okay, so for July and August, current right now, me, Lou, and Nate are current right now asking potentially a few stores or specific locations to see if we can have a meet that will not cost like going to a bubble tea shop or something like that. We want to avoid those because it makes no sense for having those.
I can suggest a location.
Which one?
Société V.
Yeah, Société 5.
Because that's where Gunpla Montreal has their meets.
Mhm.
It's very close to Rosemont and Beaubien Metro.
Mhm.
Cool, okay.
No worries. So that could be a suggestion for a while to look.
Yeah. However, you would have to pay for entry.
That's the thing that I want to avoid.
No, because when it comes to Gunpla Montreal, we pay $5 and $3
I
goes to
know.
the club.
That's where we're trying to avoid. So we're still looking at locations. So by June 29th, we will have one location that will be for July and August. And then after that, September, we're back here. And every month till then, till
The end of
next,
the universe or
to,
something
no,
like that?
till the next June of 2020. And then we'll just become a hit chaos. So I'm going to switch over. I'm going to put the camera in a different location to see if it works. And this is still testing phase. So it's still live right now too. So continue on. Carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on.
On my way.
Measure my height.
Your height?
My height.
Oh, hey. How's it going? Really good.
Can I open the light?
Yes, go ahead. How's it going? How have you been? Really?
Should we change the camera?
Yeah, hold on. How come I can't hear a thing? Oh, look at that. Like, nice, I guess that's, I'm trying to, like, quite honestly. Yeah. I'm experimenting with this. And if you want to, like, I'm fascinated.
Yeah, a lot of people on this
Oh, yeah. But yeah, like for now, like it's
also like like I got actually like some
I got into designing for computer science.
Congratulations. How are you? You seem exhausted. You look like you've been working too hard to put away. You're exposed to the sun so much
I
that.
haven't eaten after
Go ahead and eat. Yeah, then.
Yeah, no, I need to measure my height so that when I put the video before, I mean the height is set from my legs. So I need, because I'm either 6'1" or something, like 6'3"
I think usually I need to cut my legs. Never anything fall. I'm completely out of it. I'm like, what are you talking about cutting your legs? to fit in your computer. Oh my god. What's up? I need something flat. Oh, like, you know what I have? Like,
but it's too thick.
like is it just to like put it on top
Yeah.
of your head?
Yeah.
This should be fine.
I don't know if
I was like, hi, we're waving. Oh.
I'm out of the shot.
What do you guys do? Oh no.
we're not
Come over here.
What's up?
What's that? Yeah, without the table, you can buy indoor furniture for at least 260.
C'est les lunes qui leur font prendre en
Maybe you need to do is just buy a cheap, like, IKEA $80 table.
Because my stuff is done. I was thinking just for the underframe, and the one that I saw was like minimum of 1,000.
No, this is what I said. This is adjustable.
Anyway, I'll be back.
C'est like every
I want to also do
Ouais, c'est ça.
Yeah, so if you already have a top, then all you have to do is just. Oh, shit.
What made
Here's another thing too. I just noticed with this height, you can actually raise it so that you can actually stand up. So that's what now we just need to figure out why the hell I'm 6'1".
I'm just pointing out to you, like, this is available. What the F are you doing?
Okay.
Don't give me that face. Les mecs, ce soir, oh shit, no, he's good.
Yeah, because I was actually looking at which one having that. That's so fancy.
What does it say? It's like I also measured it. You're
I think something is wrong with your wall over there. It said 6'1". I'm like, there's one of your walls is smaller than you. At this point, it says like,
This is it. Maybe it's all the. It's all that. Like,
what's the website?
Prime Cable. And it's local. You can get this in the day.
I would be done with my fucking renovation. Oh,
Their warehouses in St. Oh, you can just go. Yeah, you can actually go and pick it up yourself. He's pissed at me.
Alright, gosh.
Oh shit.
No, because of this, Anzi, because of this event, we're both doing
What? I've been looking to one anyway. That's why I was like, why don't you just get one?
Yeah, that's perfect too. Like you could adjust it like.
Because my frame is the top, and the other.
Toujours le même gars, mais avec un
Yeah,
rang
and the
différent.
cool part
Oh,
is
zoom it,
Le
yeah.
personnage change pas.
See, that's what we have at work.
little adjustment.
The console is a bit different.
Le méchant
Does it have good reviews?
Read the beats of the children above.
Let's not watch it. Let's watch the no audio version. So that we can be both be focused. All three.
Because that's very affordable.
Yeah, it is affordable. That's the whole point of it.
List price. Oh wait, never mind. I think it's
The list price is 300.
Yeah. What is it? 200.
It's adjustable by length?
By what?
By length.
Yeah, you can actually adjust it. Like you
Well,
can
yeah.
elongate it.
Oh, motherfucker.
My table is so long. It's 75. So what's the max length then?
It looks like adjustable desk 24.4.
Oh, look, 87.2. That's for the perfect.
I'm sorry.
Oh, did you already order it?
No, because I already have the legs. I'm about to cut the legs today, and I'm like, I could have saved like $200 because it's.
What can
it's
you
very-
return it? Can you return it?
I could.
Yeah.
I haven't touched them, so I could.
Okay, good. So you just return them to get these ones, and then you'll be fine. You just adjust it.
You know what? No, because I was looking. I was like, he was explaining. He wants to stand up and work. He wants to sit down and work. I'm like, okay, so adjustable. Why don't you just look more into it online? Like I know this. Like when my work office originally, it was supposed to buy for the up desk. Okay, the console with the frame, and that's like $750. I'm like. No, I'm not willing to spend that much. So I was willing to go with a freaking IKEA table, which is $80, and just get the bottom frame.
And
for
he
it.
said, no, the guy's innocent.
$280 right now. This morning.
What?
Yeah.
I looked for some like 2 weeks ago.
And the
it was
market
like
price is
900.
See, je suis pas fou. I'm not crazy.
And this is local.
That's
This is in
Oh,
Montreal. Yes.
And you still have like 2 days left until the sale ends.
Yeah.
So then it's not gonna.
You
be,
only save $20. That's a different story.
It's still like $20.
I know.
to
I
go-
know. I'm just saying out loud.
Go to supplies.
Yeah, I've been going to this website and another one for all the stupid gimmicks I need. For small gimmicks. Like all my wiring and the cables wise, like all came from them. Oh good. Oh crap. They're local, they're in San Juan. It's a Chinese run place. They run all of them. So you know the what used to be in the malls, that ink shop? That used to run by them.
Okay.
And then they bought off and they turned to 123 Ink. And then after that, they decided to buy. So they became like the upfront mono price of US version. So that's why I was like, why not just go buy this shit?
It's really cheap.
I know. And the only reason why the only reason why I knew about this because I was buying because I wanted to buy the cheapest TV mount I could find, and they were selling fucking A. Where is it? So
Prime cable.
TV card. Yeah. So they were selling this one at $50, that's why I bought two of them down there. That's how I only knew about it. If not, I would have never paid attention to this.
Shut up, this. That's here.
Yeah, prime cables. This is where I buy like if I can find something very dirt cheap, I'll go here. If it breaks, it runs by Chinese people, I go and return it. And the warehouse is in San Juan. You can literally order now, go to their warehouse and pick one up and go home. Nice.
Is that the one that you were watching?
Yeah.
Same one. 8%?
I think I just did.
No, well, here's the thing. There's two versions. There's the crank version. which
No,
is use your
but
hand
no,
and crank,
no,
or the
no.
motorized.
We don't live in dark ages anymore. I'm not cranking anything.
Okay, so if you buy the white one, it's $20. Yeah. There's even more cheaper one.
What is it cheaper?
Second generation is $220.
Yeah, maybe it's like take longer to adjust.
Yeah, probably. This is third gen.
Go for the third generation. You're going for new. Go for all new.
This one,
As for the one
the one I'm looking at.
The one.
So how much?
This Oasis.
Every time you adjust it,
Which one are you looking at? 300?
279.
Oh, it was the one that was.
279 is this one.
The one that we were just looking
The
at.
one with
And what's
the
this
38
one?
reviews.
Adjustable.
And it has a standing mat.
Electric pad, standing mat.
so you for a good posture or something.
I don't know, maybe.
It might be like an attachment to that, so that you know.
Yeah, but what does the function of the stupid pad do?
The button is for when you are standing. I think.
Because like.
Oh, the standing.
Oh, that's
So you're not
standing
on
mat.
an arm surface.
You made a standing mat. Like, I guess it's like it cushions your feet.
Yeah,
Just mostly so that when I'm home for a long time, like I'm able to adjust the height depending on my back.
Yeah.
You can also get that full
Here,
motion
like I
monitor.
said, I'm not here to be a dick for you. I'm just like.
No, it's just that
I was literally surprised,
you
like,
see, he said,
why?
he looked for a desk. I did too, and they were like
I-
under.
That's why I was looking. I was like, why you guys are not looking for that? Like,
Last time I asked a carpenter that make desks, and every time they make adjustable desks, they buy from a Swiss company that
Okay.
make the actual stand with the
Yeah.
motors and everything.
so yeah,
So they are the cheapest usually.
So-
So it's like 700-900.
Life's too short to remain seated.
No, you got Chinese.
no. So I'm assuming
You
they
want
went.
stand up desk? No problem. 300.
I'm assuming you guys went for this, like this company.
No, I was looking at
No,
up there.
it was not up there.
Because this Updesk is the original first company that
Yeah,
made
okay.
it was. That's why I was looking. I'm like, oh, these are idiots.
No, they was looking for companies that make they make the mechanism for a bunch of companies that make desks.
Yeah. So I was literally like, why just go buy an IKEA? Go buy an $80 piece of shit that you feel okay with. Drill holes underneath it, put shove it in, you can't have to raise it. I'm like, this was the dumbest choice of all. Why did no one do that?
Easy assembly with clear instructions, clearer than IKEA.
Oh, this is actually serious? Yeah. Oh no. Oh god, Lord.
Oh, in parentheses.
So now you know where I usually buy my shit.
Yeah, you like.
Okay. What?
Now he has to debate now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm giving you now options. So now, are you gonna go home in 13 minutes to cut the wood?
I don't know. Because if I cut it, like I said, I can't return it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm asking you out loud.
Still $300.
But you return it?
No, the best.
But here's the thing, you have bought. But here's my question: if you're planning to build that means you're stuck to a specific height then.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, because the way I'm building my desk, the legs, I won't be doing them. The table, they'll be screwed in from under. So if later I want to get to stand on this, I can just remove the legs and put them on the thing.
That is to get it because if anything, you could just by pushing a button rather than hurt your back even more, twisting your body and like unscrew it and then readjust it.
Well, for sure, it will not be a job. It will be a roll.
This one you can do it by yourself, and you can adjust that anytime.
Like I said, I'm not here to be a dick for you. I'm just pointing out like it's a choice. I'm just like I was surprised when you guys were like, yeah, I'm gonna do this on manual work. I'm like, what the fuck do you guys do?
I forgot about those adjustable. And I saw a YouTuber just a couple of days ago. He had the same thing. He was like, I got this new chair. I got this new desk. This new desk, it can raise on its own with a motor and everything. And even like, depending on how much stuff you have, like it could hold it. It's like it's.
Yeah, no. The one I'm looking at right now, this is pretty fucking scary.
Inspiration.
I was like so surprised, like.
When you told me to ask her to come here, I'm like, well, did I do anything wrong? And I was like thinking, shit. I was like, hopefully I didn't do anything too bad. And then when you told me that, I'm like, God damn it. God, like
that's why for Otakuthon I always shop for the cheapest price possible, and that's why I'm like, you could have got this one. What the fuck? You're dumb. No. Not intentionally.
Oh yeah, but no, like at least now we found it. Now we found a good
So
friend.
even for very large desk, corner desk, you got one in this.
No, one, okay.
You got one in the price, but still it's 500. So sure. So got an extra large one with an articulation.
Ooh.
Well, it's 500, but I mean.
Oh, it's an angle.
It's twice larger.
Yeah.
It's not an angle. It can be, but it can also be straight.
Oh, okay, so you can move it to the corner.
Yeah, because at home we have like a very large desk, like more than 2 meters. Okay. And it will be perfect. Like you sit it under.
He's so lost.
Yeah, yes. I'm confused.
You broke it when.
Like, I'm going to get this instead, and my dad's like, dude, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. Sincerely, I'm sorry.
I need to get some real soft, not this.
No, but I mean, like you said, Peter, like if I did this, like my table is done like by Tuesday.
Well, the idea behind it is so that you don't get stressed out. Your objective is to make sure that you're on functional best. So that's why I'm looking at you. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
But if it breaks, then I'm stuck at a certain height.
it shouldn't break. No, it shouldn't break.
If you're careful, like you don't like slam it to death.
No, I mean, I'm going to put it at a certain height, and I'm going to lift it.
Well, you know, like if anything, yeah, it should be fine. If anything, we still have like that industrial.
Watch me, I'll buy it and get it tomorrow and be done with it.
Oh yeah. No, you know what you do is just take a picture, put it on your Facebook, good luck, come on. Save like a few days of headache. Meanwhile, I have to get. Meanwhile, I have to go look for what's it called? I have to go and get like my ID card from Pakistan. ID card from Pakistan. I haven't got an ID card from Pakistan. And
Not a passport, an actual
an actual ID card, like I said, two ID card. Because I don't know about that nature. Like our family, like my mom, my brothers, and I, we need to get an ID card. Okay, I almost forgot to do one thing important.
Yeah, that's
Who's the unfortunate
Hello,
soul?
Otakuthon office.
Press 9.
No problem.
I wasn't even there. I seen it.
so because it's still like But wait, so if you measure yourself and the measurement
Because I'm supposed to be like 185, 186.
so if you do the same thing as you did and take a ruler.
Yeah, because my tippy toes for some reason is
See, you're actually being a doctor right now.
like around 73 inches, so 6'1.5".
73 and what is that?
73 and 1.5. So 6'1.5".
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah. There's something wrong with that wingtip's door.
I think the wall might be slanted, so maybe squeeze up this.
Yeah. Freaking not 6'2", 6'1". So I was being 6'1". It's supposed to be like 6'2", 6'3". Around that height.
Because I think I'm just going to So I'm scared for the like when the thing breaks, it breaks. You're stuck at a certain height.
But then, like, you know, it's only a matter of the motor, right? Like, do a little bit more research on like how much the weight is, like how much can it bear?
Well, this one can so maximum load. So
If it's more than a very heavy person, then yeah.
maximum capacity 260.
Oh, that's perfect. That's like a braking test. It's like having...
No, but because the motor itself, of course, but I guess there's no computer inside. So if there's a misfire or a connection, the motor doesn't move anymore, and you're stuck at a specific height. So then you have to call customer service, and then it's a hassle to like either have someone come over or.
Because like at the very end of the day, though, like, what I would say is, like look on YouTube first, like for the same model, and see like problems or motor going off or like reviews or something.
Because the reviews on the site, only from what I've seen, only one is like is broke, and no one is really.
So you borrowed the Nickler, you got customer support recently, and
You borrowed another full set. Just out of curiosity, who borrowed the nipper set? Did you borrow one?
Me? No. I bought it at one place.
Can anyone leave the place? Yeah, there's one for this.
Dave, David. You guys have borrowed the someone borrowed the set? Well, you borrowed one.
Okay, so pretty much like the...
But I'm missing one set right now.
Missing one set?
Yeah. I only have 3 right now.
Did anyone leave
Including the
Oh,
one
wait.
you have on the table?
Never mind. I'm blind. I'm stupid.
He does.
I'm being stupid. I'm sorry. Shut up now.
Miscounted, or you just didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
Okay.
It's looking very solid, quiet nature. Well, for none of the buttons are fast, looking like 27-inch command on this second screen. I would guess I would just use that for this. Because if it's just one out of how many reviews, one out of 38 reviews.
Is he the only one?
It's the only one that says like anything negative, and it doesn't even talk about the motor. It talks about how the box was all fucked up. That's most likely. So like if anything, I would say go for it. Like it's more, like it's much better to have it like that. And it has like the adjustable thing, and the only reason why like the motor would be like broken is if you do something very because of 275 pounds of force on it. Above that is like, and it's just like saying like there's like they always say that just to make sure, and then like above that there's like a little bit of a threshold.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's heavier than me.
yeah, like heavier than you.
I would have two of my monitors.
Wait, like the reason why I'm like
I would have
surprised is
two
because I
of my
heard
monitors, maybe my printer.
Yeah.
like I know it's obviously
The table itself is pretty
but
heavy,
I'm like I
but
get
it's not too much. It's not heavier than that makes no sense.
No survey?
Today.
No
Oh, him?
Like you have your
Yeah, he
monitor,
was the one who like.
you have your
I don't even know what he
computer
did, but
monitor,
apparently.
you have your printer,
he was,
and you have like other stuff.
Okay. Oh, he was just working.
Anything that's
He
like-
said that they were gonna do another one and then they're gonna move on to them. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm hearing this from you. I'm like,
No, because I talked to the owner.
The only thing
talked
that
to
we-
the phone says that so she's on board, but the problem is that we have not fully finalized which arcades we want to bring.
That I would say go for it. If anything, like the most they're gonna have at most.
And because last year we had issues with the other two machines.
Like the desk itself.
So for,
they are in there.
no, the initial the Ghost Squad.
Because you really need that.
So we want to bring a larger set.
Because if you're like kind of at a certain set height, then you're gonna be stuck with that, and then maybe
Like
something else happens.
more, right,
So
so
I would recommend getting the adjustable. So
So we're
you
currently
have that
negotiating with Tokyo Tech to get better ones.
And no one said anything about the
To get better ones.
Oh, so
but
you
granted,
that's
it's
But here's the thing, pump is still a decision that we want to grab.
Yeah.
It's just that
But I would say
right now we are right now we want to get
Oh, that's a computer thing.
Because my friend was gonna tell me
oh, this
about.
one.
Is it in yours?
This is mine.
Oh, yeah.
For work.
Like, oh my god, are you serious?
So we want to get this one.
No, yes.
So that's the reason we're like we're debating.
Yes. Okay, you know what? Fun pump. I want that. I want that. I don't care. If you can get that machine to Otakuthon, I'm actually gonna cry. I've been wanting to play that for so long. I don't even know.
This one?
Yeah.
So
I was actually gonna travel to fucking Detroit to play it. Just to play Dad's first shot, like round one.
what convinced us to get it was
Where do they have this machine though?
in the States right now is in the States ones.
Okay, I've seen it.
So there was a video specifically that we were like laughing for 5 seconds.
Yeah, I've watched this one.
No me estás caliente.
No, it's not real
Yo,
right.
it's actually so
So
good. It's
so
so nice.
one reason why we were laughing is because people were shuffling for fun. And it was like, okay, why not?
Yeah, it's really,
It's
really
it's
nice.
an interesting concept. Let's go with it.
Yeah, it looks really nice. But okay, these are more advanced.
So
levels,
the thing is that you're not allowed to wear heels. You're not allowed to wear anything that
I love how it's
has
just
a
like-
steel pad. And the funny thing is you're not allowed to video. Which like, well, there's no photos, but you're sitting in here.
Are you gonna have two machines or one?
The idea behind this, we want to grab two.
Okay, good.
The idea behind it.
Is it hard to get these machines?
Yes.
Exactly. That's why.
It's 25 grand each.
I need to get better.
Pretty much. Dude, if Dad's Roach comes to Montreal, I'm dropping out of some other thing. But like, I've been actually wanting to play this for like the longest
Yeah,
time.
because the problem is that this pad. What?
How does that work though?
You
It's
just
like-
do.
No, so
You
no.
just do.
So
Hit the note,
so
damn it.
think of it as a DDR pad.
Yeah.
But think of it as a sensor that detects the pressure rate on one specific location. The idea behind it is so that you can dance anywhere on this pad as long as you're following this specific line.
Oh, okay, so like
Yeah, like
just
you see the guy, he just twirled, but it was a straight line. You just had to hit it.
So you can do whatever move you want as long as you're hitting the specific area spot of this bar and you're finished. That's why people are shuffling or realize because they have to move a lot.
Yeah.
So now you see why it's so annoying.
Also, you have to actually do the dance and everything.
No, you have
This
to
is
follow
a-
the
this
line,
is
but you
obviously
can
an
dance
advanced
whatever you
level.
want to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Okay, you know what? Yeah.
So now you
Go to
see,
Detroit for practice now.
Yeah, it was a plan, but like I don't know what one of the hosts, like the guy who actually organized the whole tour, the thing doesn't work.
yeah.
So I didn't even know this happened.
So
Road trip.
But yeah, pretty much that's what was gonna happen. Good relationship. And yeah, like honestly, if you're gonna pick a machine, don't go with foreign.
Yeah, I'm not, like form is like not good.
No, because the new pumpkin is at 2K.
Oh, it's at 2K.
Yeah, the XX.
Oh, they have it now.
Yeah, they have it. They've had it for like 2 months. Or like a month.
Because
But,
I remember going with Dylan.
back in summer.
Back in the summer.
Yeah, that was Prime 2.
That was Prime 2, yeah. So
but
then,
the new one came out, so.
So yeah, so this is what happened. Like he just got these arcade machines and he just stopped one.
oh, you got the initial
The
D.
initial D0 model. See, he has one. And so that's why we're fucking around. So we're like, can we buy it?
Oh, is that pump? Is that pump in the background? Wait, open that one. No, that's that's pump.
So yeah.
But yeah, if you get dance rush, you know what? I'm down. I don't care. Like honestly, I think that people would be way happier.
It's a good thing too.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I don't know, I'm not talking for Montreal people, I'm talking for Toronto.
See? Our rules. No heels and no so
Just like sneakers or something.
yeah, just wear sneakers.
Yeah, just like no shoes.
If you don't, then just
Don't play.
no, just take off your shoes.
Yeah, I know. But
It's like we'll provide like these nice little padded socks for you to wear.
I think it's better if you bring down rush.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah, if you guys can get dance rush, I think you guys should. But obviously it's hard.
Actually, no heels or shoes.
Yeah, if you
But
wait, but if you can't get dance rush,
it's all it's whatever they have in their stockings.
but yeah, I guess that's pretty cool.
you just play it up as like, yeah, I'm cool with that. It's like freaking out inside. Okay, then.
No, I'm actually cool with it. Yeah, I like dance rush. I already told you, I really like
No,
dance
like you know, like some people would just be like, oh my god, it's like you're actually gonna do it.
No, like I genuinely wanted to go to Detroit. I've searched dance shows on YouTube. I've watched all the videos. Yeah, and it's like they posted like I think yeah, because I think I know people who travel. Huh? Yeah, Pumpkin Sense. That one's out.
So wait, so you cannot upgrade it?
You can. It's just a new song. It's just like Spy song. The only the difference in between XX and was obviously new songs, and also they updated some song levels for like some songs are like 15s, but they're like 18s, so they raised up the levels.
So
They just revamped
There
it.
it is.
Yeah.
Cut the top. That's okay.
They have it at 2K. Well, obviously 2K the machine is ranked.
What about some Voltex?
I would love something.
Wait, so is it a new
I
arcade machine? Or
Pardon?
is it a new arcade machine or is it just a new thing?
They just replaced it. You know that none of the Canada, like none of the machines at Canada in Montreal, sorry, have the updated machine. Only Toronto do. Search up Alex Cat. But Alex Cat is like it's a more nicer, like the machine we have here are pretty crap. They're like not upgraded.
So it's like more like the soft.
No, can I, wait, I want to search up, can I show you?
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh.
I'm just gonna use my face and like it's.
Oh yeah, your phone. Isn't this the phone you had last year too?
Yep.
Should I just search for it? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. It was like with the
Okay, it looks like this. This is how the cat is supposed to look. Down arrows and it's flashing lights. Like this is how it's supposed to look like. This is the Prime 2 cat.
Yeah.
The Prime 1 cat looks like this.
Oh, so they just had like.
They just made it fancier.
Right.
Like, this is a puppet of Prime 1. Prime 2 is different.
Yeah. Like it shows the little. It's a little.
Yeah, it's got this one. This one looks nice. Oh, that's excellent. This is a cat. But we don't have the Prime 2 cat. We just have like crappy like Prime 1 cats.
By the way, do you like? Because I like kind of like figured out something. Like this was some time ago when I was going to like the gym and everything. Because I really want more. Skip.
Where's the abs? Where's the abs?
The abs?
Yeah. Do you have abs? Okay. I do too. I'm joking.
No, but like.
Oh, you're so leaving?
I'm stuck.
Yeah, we're leaving early today.
Oh, okay.
Too
You're saying?
Skip rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know how I was like
Devin, now you're leaving early. Now to
like when I was like practicing with Dylan.
Oh yeah, you were saying how you were heavy.
I was really heavy, yeah.
But that's you think you're heavy, you're not.
Because like
I felt heavy and I'm not.
well, you know, no, because like you're good at like tapping all the screen and everything. And it's
I've been
really,
playing for like a really long time.
I need to play.
No, but it's like if you're heavy, honestly, it's better if you like what's good is that it's you have an advantage if you
Yeah.
because you're longer, you don't have to move as much. But yeah, you're heavier. But like whenever they're like, oh, I want to start for club, I'm like, yeah, you're good. You have more legs. And then they're like, no, but I'm heavy. And I'm like, no.
It's like you just need to like.
You just get used to it. And then but you have longer legs, so it's like And you have bigger feet too. So like I have small feet. I have to wear small ones. So it's hard.
The last time I played, I think it was another time with Dylan. I was on the floor after like 3 songs, and I was like,
Dylan's coming back. He texted me. He was like, oh yeah, he sometimes texts me. He's like, oh, I play Tokyo Road. What's up? Should we play?
he sent me so many memes nowadays. Like, it's just ridiculous.
I think I had a talk with him like not too long ago, 2 days ago.
We need to talk.
And then he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, look, you remember the ice cream place we went to?
Yes.
I want to go back.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's
like,
go.
right now.
Right now?
Yeah, let's go.
No, I know.
No, I'm joking.
Like I'm fasting good too. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Maybe in June, like if we.
And if August, he's coming like August 9th or something. That's
Oh
like,
yeah. So then in August we're going.
Yes. And then he was like, let's bring Calvin. I was like, I haven't seen Calvin in years. So I haven't seen him.
Since 1945. Since the war.
Yes.
But like, no, getting everyone back together and it's like, you know, getting
And then
that.
we bring his. And Calvin.
You still work at the
Monday? No, I work at a sushi now.
Oh cool. Okay, good, good.
The only recently. I started like not too much.
So what's that?
I worked there and as soon as I left, I got another job. I'm like, Suzuki. Because it's a family business.
Oh, okay, good.
My classmate's mom owns the place, like her parents own it. So I'm like, she's my lab partner. She hears me complain a lot about work. I constantly keep on joking about like, yeah, I should just quit my job and go work. Like, I'm like, oh, it's okay. And she's like, you know, you can actually do that. Like, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, you know, like, might as well because like, at least you got a job immediately after. I have to wait like several months. I think like next month I'm working as a nurse. So like I'm gonna be doing that.
Oh shit, you're gonna make that money.
I'm gonna make like it's gonna be it's a hospital near my house. 8 minutes
Sounds
away.
good.
It's really good.
Sounds really good. You're gonna make mad cash and you're gonna not waste any time.
I'm just gonna waste all my money.
Oh.
On random stuff.
Yeah, random stuff.
But then
Oh my
like,
god, I'm actually so hyped for Dance Rush.
excited that they're gonna bring
Yeah,
it here.
that they're trying to. Like that's their first option. I'm like, if you can do it, like what is the convention part? They're just gonna stay in the game.
But like, where are they gonna keep it on the off season? Like, are they gonna?
Off-season?
Yeah, like you know.
Oh, I don't know. Is it their machine? I think it's theirs.
Yeah,
Oh
like
my
a-
god, if they actually buy Dance Rush and it's their machine and they're gonna have it every year, I'm actually gonna prepare myself to sleep because it's gonna be so nice.
You're just gonna anticipate it.
Yeah,
And then you're gonna, you know what you could do? Just like volunteer as like one of the gamer guys and be like, hey, can I have access to the
Dance
gamer-
Rush
the
show.
Dance
I know
Rush?"
it's 2 a.m. and you guys are closed, but yo, look
Yeah,
me
I'll
up.
actually try that out, or you know, make a plan out of it. Or
Yeah.
like, you know, find out whatever you need to do. And be like, I get to play Dance Rush anytime.
I think like Peter has like a volunteering thing. He's like, oh yeah, like can you want to volunteer for Otakuthon? I messaged him like he's like,
Oh, he's like,
no,
I know you.
He's probably joking.
Probably. Because like, you know, if you.
I don't want to volunteer. I want to get paid.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like I'm gonna get paid. And
But like
then-
there's so many people that talk about. I don't want to deal with memes.
Honestly, I miss the old days when I was innocent during Otakuthon.
It's gonna be my 6th year going.
6th year. How long have I been going to Otakuthon? I think like since easily 2011, 2010.
So it's been like.
Actually,
Oh, it worked.
Did it?
It worked. Face ID.
Oh yeah, it did work. Yeah. That's like I love this phone so much.
Mo.
And then I bought it.
Mo.
No.
Mo.
How far has he gone? I think I could find out.
Oh, I'd be so excited. Fuck.
So the last time I went to Otakuthon was in 2010.
Oh, that was like 9th year. So you're gonna be in 9th year. I mean, it's not that far off for me actually.
Yeah.
I'm younger than you.
You still have
I've been going
a
ever
future.
since I was like 6 years. It's like like when I was 10. No, 11 actually.
11 years old. Man, now like whenever I go, I'm just like, wow, these guys. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. But like everyone's like, for the most part, I haven't had any problems. Like,
Me neither. Me neither. I never noticed.
yeah.
I think I don't remember noticing. I don't notice people so much.
Amanzi.
It's one of those.
Not Hanzi, I said Amanzi.
Amanzi.
Sorry, dude, I suck with names.
Who?
Who's Amanzi?
At this point, I don't know
Not
Oh,
him.
Asmare.
Asmar.
Wait, his name
I
is
am
Nazi?
shit with names.
No, it's not
Wait, wait, who are you?
His GM as Mary.
Yeah, it's Hamanzri. Yeah, that's what he said.
We fused together. We have a platonic relationship. Oh gosh, I miss that so much.
Yeah. So wait, you said something about people stanking or something?
No, like
Yeah,
because
pretty
a lot of people like they have like these weird like convention stories where they're saying
Is
people are.
Peters? Can I take pictures of this?
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the two in the main, those are the best anime, and people still follow it on like Infinite Stratos is the best, and you're wrong.
But
I'm not.
but you only have to
All I'm
see.
saying is what people talk. That's what I hear from other people. They say Infinite Shadow sucks. That's it. I haven't watched it. I don't
Why
want
is
to
Mo
watch
leaving?
it.
Why is Mo leaving?
I'm just joking though.
Mo.
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 And now you're bailing with us.
Mo.
Leave Mo alone. He's talking to Ernest.
Mo, are you leaving already?
Yes.
Why?
He has a date.
Mo.
A day with what? Airsoft again?
I have a need for
I
my
am.
rush.
I'm actually
I need to
Yeah, you go
advertise
ahead.
the guy who smoked dick.
Yeah, I got more live this year.
Yeah, good. Okay.
So you were just talking about convention stories.
Yeah,
of,
because,
how
like,
there's people or
A
something.
lot of people are really smelly. I don't
That's
notice.
in the old days.
Yeah, but I don't notice it.
When
like,
when the convention was a sausage fest. I mean, literally, okay. I mean, there were no women at all.
yeah, and then
Okay, and none.
Ever since-
And these guys were like socially misadapted, living in the basements of their parents and being bizarre and strange.
they had like their
And
little
they
skit.
were like, it was a strange universe, okay, man, really, it was. And sitting behind the tables at these conventions was like,
How dare you say that?
Cancerous, basically.
it was,
It's
yeah,
an expression we say in English.
it could be, actually, it could be.
There are people like who don't have a hygiene problem because either they don't care or they don't have
Or
something
they,
to tell
they
them.
don't give it, yes.
So like for example, my roommate, he doesn't really have a hygiene problem.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
just that
Okay. Thank you
he's
so
a
much.
slob. Not
Yeah,
because
so pretty
he's
much
been
I have to
living on
get
his own
like
for years.
all my
And
fingerprints.
yeah, as a result, like his
have the
whole
right
room
full
smells
name,
like sweat.
and then I have to write the
He
Urdu
has a hard
version,
time washing the dishes.
father's name, Urdu
And where he
version.
does something like
Yeah,
that,
no,
he'll still
see,
do
Mo.
it, but this time he has
Mo.
a hard time doing it
What?
properly.
Mo?
Proper,
You too?
yeah.
Yeah, but there's times where I actually grab a plate that he's already just finished washing.
Oh, that makes
I run my
sense.
fingers. There's
You're
still
watching a
grease,
movie what?
stuff like that. But when you go to
Alone?
like, conventions and stuff, like, like, yeah,
Oh, that's what it
there are going to be some
Okay,
socially
today-
awkward people.
Today,
well,
he doesn't
it's not
consider
like
us
that,
as friends.
because
No,
I've gone
Oh,
to a few
guys,
conventions
wow.
these days, and it's
Mo!
very different from what it was in the day. Take care, man.
Thanks for coming.
Oh yes, I will be there next time.
No,
for
but there's
sure.
still some people who have a problem.
Yeah, but it's a lot less.
It's a lot less definitely because
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely, probably because there are
the
girls
rooms
there
are
that are like
okay, it's just
shit,
a matter of
Exactly.
mounting them.
Exactly.
That's just a joke. Who knows?
It's.
I just
But in
feel
the
bad for
good,
hot tub
in,
stores.
I'll say the good old days.
That's okay.
Let's talk like an old man. You know?
It's gonna like from this
In the
profile.
good old days.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There was
Like,
days and it just
anyone
Hold
who
on.
plays Ace Combat, they'll be
You're
like,
gonna walk out of a
"Oh, what you got
convenience
this
store with a chocolate pop,
bastard."
beer,
It's
a
like,
pack of cigarettes, and a
so
bunch of
much
cookies, but you can't
I
do
love
that
the plane
anymore
too
because of
much.
security cameras everywhere.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah, no, it's, I don't know, there's still that issue today because there are some people who are socially awkward. I don't know, like there's something wrong, not in their head necessarily, because sometimes there's, like my roommate, like I said, he didn't have anyone to tell him this is not okay, this
Yeah,
is how you do,
this-
etc. So it's probably the same case for some of those people. And that was one of the cases with a guy I used to work with. I kid you not, going near him made your eyes watery.
Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah, like first off, like it's not that he was overweight, or that he never trimmed his nails. It's the guy was like he smelled bad. Like really, you see the dandruff, you see his hair is kind of greasy.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Yeah, and he also wore the same sweater every day. He stank. unbelievably stank.
Oh.
Like, I felt bad for people who sat next to me at work.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, so
Did someone tell him?
Or
I don't think so, because he was one of the higher ups.
there's a
So you say
little part of it that's kind of like
he was a lead. He was the lead of the team. So if you say
Oh
something,
man, that's a bad thing.
I know it. I don't think any. I'm pretty sure someone complained because I haven't seen him lately.
like open up.
Because one of the rules at our
That's
work
the
is
first
hygiene.
step in
I mean, yeah, it's basics, I think.
I know.
It's just me.
No, but at the same time, like, I don't know, for some reason, hygiene has become more of an issue in some places. Par exemple, j'étais chaud pour ça, pour le Yu-Gi-Oh! Les tournois, la compagnie Konami avait mis un règle for hygiene. It says if you smell that, you're out of the tournament.
That's it.
And everyone literally in the whole video community is like, oh, thank God. But then there's other ones wondering, they were just like, wait, has it gone that bad? Like, Konami actually,
whatever
an
you
actual
want as a
company had to
child.
put an actual rule that you have to shower before coming to a
It's only a matter of like if you like
Well,
a bunch of like photos.
how does it get that bad?
In the AnimeCon book that they gave us at the beginning of the convention,
You're the person who's
in
like, yeah,
'91,
Give you inspiration.
it was like it was in the rules of the
give you
convention.
inspiration to
You
use
shower.
a piece of paper that just
You know,
writes
come on, man.
inspiration. That's how it's
Come on, you know.
By the way, I
be,
told her
be
just now,
socially
we're like
acceptable, you know.
Not too necessarily socially acceptable, just have some human peace.
Human decency, you know. Come on.
We're not asking you to cure cancer here, we're asking
Yeah,
you
we're
to
just
do something that every human
Right,
being
she's
should
also.
do. Especially since this is Montreal where water is free. You want a cold shower and you want to be cheap?
She's dead, man.
Oh.
Man, that was a problem.
No, it's Azurine.
Luckily it's changed a little bit, but you still have some people.
Some nasty.
Yes.
Super rude door.
But now in conventions,
So
you've
just
got
one
people
message
who
right
are,
now.
Who are you messaging?
or just strange.
Oh
But
God.
that's just normal. Everyone's strange.
We already have a chat.
Yeah, strange is okay. I mean,
Or if you're unlucky as me, you find people who are the most rotten people on the planet who go to these conventions. I'd rather not get into that because today's supposed to be a good day where we all just build models and laugh and enjoy ourselves. And laugh at other people's misfortunes. I mean, I'm already laughing at the fact that the CEO of Anime News Network might get sued.
yeah, what's this guy's name?
I can't remember his name
Because
because
I know him.
I can't remember his name, but it's definitely it's not that hard to find. He's from Montreal, but the thing is, like, when it comes to a CEO and your company gets criticism and everything, the number one thing to do is stay quiet. That's it, because if you end up opening your mouth, you might end up saying something terrible, especially when there's no filters or anything, especially when or if you're in a high position of power, you think you can get away with anything. That's not what we go over Randy Pittsburgh, the CEO of Gearbox, after he got criticism for Alien, Clone Marines, and also right now for Borderlands 3. And then you got this guy who basically, but now you got Anime News Network CEO pretty much going, oh, I don't like what this one person said, so I'm going to send a copyright strike against them, which actually became illegal because that actually messed around with the guy's financial gains.
He s'invite à that specific
You want me to get it, Peter?
Yep.
because without really thinking about long term, we have the most that if I want to still not take another because I've been working with that working. Like, okay, well, if I want to convert that work, just I still have to take, but then I can different quarter. So I'm not
Message has been sent. Let's see how long that lasts.
But you know, well, do what you think is like gonna benefit you.
Oh, hello.
like for the time being, it's going to be cheaper.
Okay, so yeah, then go for
That nigga. He's also white.
If I buy the disc, I have to wait for maybe I have to
Finally, I said your name right.
the.
Yeah, so So yeah, how did the whole thing start off with con stories with with people with hygiene and stuff like that?
I don't know, because apparently, because I was thinking, like, you know, I had that, like, sort of stereotype. I was like, at first I was like, because I haven't noticed anything. I wasn't really thinking about it. And then, like, I was watching, like, some YouTube, like, stories of, like, people, like, being very, very, like, you know, they say, oh, everyone smells, and, like, there was a bunch of, like, people putting up signs, like, if you could afford going to a
Oh
convention.
yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, that one.
So you can afford the shower and
You can afford to go to a convention, you can afford to get a shower.
Yeah. Afford to get, like, a shower, afford to get deodorant. And then I'm like, I didn't really notice that, though. Like, not too many people.
I've
that's
never
here at
seen-
Otakuthon.
I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it probably depends on A, the place, and B, location. For example, for us, it's a wide open area, so.
But no, I'm thinking no, because here's the thing. There's still,
But you know, like,
you need to.
because if you put it that way, then that
You're going to be around with people that you don't
Probably
know,
not.
and you
Probably
want
not.
and the
Besides
chance
what
of
you
that
have.
you can sense it,
So
and
you-
that's the reason why I'm like,
I need to get
yeah,
that.
That I can understand.
that
But if-
six,
I would have
that
to buy
2, 3, 6 rule still
And
applies.
as he said before, it's
I know,
also
I'm not,
wrong.
but the thing is, I think it's more noticeable
But
when it's in an area that's
it's
more
only a matter of, like,
But at the same time, like,
There's a lot
how
of
bad does it have to be where people are protesting?
What I would recommend.
That's the thing that gets me.
I'm okay.
I think I mean yeah.
I don't want to disrespect the person, but if it's not until Devin's level, I'm
It's
gonna
going to be higher than like
Excuse me?
What?
I partially heard that.
I said,
and like
if we have reached until Devin's level, then you're allowed. Then I would say you're allowed to compete no matter what.
remove the legs.
Good idea.
Devin's really that bad?
The guy barely washed any of his clothes. He barely goes to the shower almost every fucking day.
I've never noticed it until you just told me, but
And that's more like clothes.
You're joking.
I've noticed. Here's the thing. I've noticed his clothes looking like shit, but I never noticed his bad smell.
I'm gonna have to wait. I can't afford
That's just me, but I've noticed his clothes not looking good.
And then
Yeah, exactly. Like I need to like once I'm done with the
I guess my nose is blocked.
I'll be back into my
I mean, after or probably because
Like, do you have a poor sense of smell or something?
that, or maybe because when I was younger, I went to a pig farm in Italy, and that thing
shit.
made me not want to eat for
But I wish you
days.
luck.
So I think that's like a whole new
After-
level that can never
No,
be beat.
because okay, so to give you an example, is that if okay, you know clothes, right?
Oh, they're in the car.
Okay, so sense of odor, like you're sweating.
Yeah,
Now
I know.
imagine you're sweating on it for 3 days straight without washing it. So think about if you're like camping wise, your nose is
Basically, my roommate's room.
yeah. Basically, your room.
I was above
So if your roommate is
Above
in that
6'1",
type of level, and you can
6'1" and
if
a
you
half.
sense you
So-
He actually
you
does
can't
shower
smell
much.
from this distance, but you can sense this sort of an aura thing. That's the type of Devin he is.
Okay,
That's
well,
what kills me.
No, because here's the thing: my roommate actually does shower and he does wash his clothes, but his room does stink like fucking sweat. Probably because he doesn't wash his. I don't know.
But I'm assuming that because you're used to it.
Well, the thing is, well, like I said, it's very hard to top a pig.
You know what's so sad for me? I can't ask Lou. He's not allowed to have a phone on him.
It is an airport after all.
No, yeah, he's working at airport. He's not allowed to have a phone on him.
So, like I said, it makes sense. No, but like I guess like there's a bar that's been reached so high it's hard to beat. And like there's so far there's only been like 3 things that has actually beaten that
Like
bar.
I can tell you that Devin is one of the few people right now at this moment. I would tell him, don't be here. Go take a shower, change your fresh new clothes, and then come back here. And the definition of fresh new clothes is wash your clothes twice.
Or just get something new.
No, but, like his habit has not changed. I swear to God.
Well, it's hard to change someone until there's something that actually causes it to. What are you pointing at?
The two of them, like both Ernest and Victor, made him sort of change. I doubt it now at this point, but anyhow.
Well, I'm pretty. Here's the thing. Like right now, Devin's in a relationship, a long distance relationship, from what I heard. And if his long distance relationship girlfriend came over and smelled him, she probably would just say, "Nope, not happening." That probably would snap and cause him to change.
Thanos the relationship. She would Thanos the relationship.
Probably. Yeah, she probably would Thanos the relationship.
That's it.
No. Wait, he's in a relationship now?
From what I heard, I think it was like 6 months ago. He told me he's in a long distance relationship.
Long distance, as in
Who? As in
In
she
another
can't
city.
smell him.
Probably another city.
That's mean.
And I'm saying if she,
I'm sorry to say that, but well, this is in another city, I'm assuming.
yeah, but I'm just saying if she came over here and actually smelt him and probably dumped him, he probably would change like that. Because that's happened a couple times.
Yeah, it
no.
might, yeah.
No, suddenly, yes. Long term, no. Because he did it before. When he was forced to move out from his old place. Like he was evicted from his old place. Okay? It's true.
Sorry, Devin. You smell bad.
He doesn't brush my teeth. He doesn't even have Facebook anymore. Actually, no, he doesn't.
He does have
Still,
Facebook.
let's find our time. Yeah. Off camera.
Okay, well, nonetheless, everyone,
So what happened?
hygiene, shower. Be as a human being, you're
Oh,
more
okay,
I
attractive.
just wanted to be sure because
You'll be so attractive, like me, who is so good looking that he's not on camera right now.
I'm just wondering if you're just funny or a megalomaniac. One of the two.
It's possible to be both.
That's right.
Oh, thank you.
I don't think I could be a megalomaniac because I have a conscience.
Ah, well, yeah. Okay, well then.
I mean, I'm nice enough to apologize if I get someone.
Here you go.
But also, Peter, can someone get kicked out for being toxic? Out of con or something like that?
Toxic kind of car?
Yeah. Wait, I don't.
This?
I don't get what that.
Drinking.
Oh, no, not that kind.
Okay.
No, you know how many people get drunk or high at the con?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Luckily, they don't cause trouble. That's a
Oh no, they cause trouble.
They do?
Oh, yes, they do.
I haven't heard anything. Wow.
Fist fights in bars at the Red Lion in the Red Lion in San Jose.
I'm at the point where I'm going to be closing this chapter because it's time to
Sorry.
So again, special thanks to Clamad for supporting this event. We'll be having a next Bill of Drews on June 29th. So if you guys want to join us and want to have fun with building wise and learning a little bit new, that's what it's going to be. And have a nice day, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to message us on the chat board of the Otaku Ballers Guild build. And again, special thanks to Sci-Fi Anime and also Pablo for supporting. And I'm on Otakuthon as well for giving us the space. And that's pretty much it. See you guys later.
Ignore everything I said, please.